day 4. See you soon.
Have a good one.
You do the intro.
I love competing in juniors. I just love it. It just reminds me of when I was a little kid and just came out here for the pure love of it.
Yes, and welcome to a bright, sunny day here in Sydney. Just a slight breeze coming out of the northeast direction. I'm Mossy, we've got Ollie next to us, and this is day 4 of the Australian Junior Athletics Championships, live, exclusive on athletics.com.au from Sydney Olympic Park. And Ollie, fantastic to have you in, mate. You've come down from south, which was a disappointment for you, but you landed up here in Sydney, mate. Destination New South Wales, buddy. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, mate. Good to be here, and conditions look beautiful out there. We can see some of the juniors getting warmed up now, particularly under 20 men's hammer throw final. That's going to be a great event to watch. Of course, Matt Denny out there having warm up. We've also got under 20 100 metres men's not too far away, and under 14 shot put women warming up. So exciting morning ahead, and of course we'll be here all day, and then of course all night for the for what's going to be a fantastic night
for the big one tonight. That's exactly right. And I can tell you we've almost got 100 events today to get through before we even get to the Track Classic, and there's some big names in the junior ranks here in Australia. Let's not forget super sprinting Saturday. We have Rowan Browning against Trey Williams, which promises to be an absolute treat.
That should be a cracker, and it looks pretty good down there. It doesn't seem too windy. It's quite a nice warming. It's just getting warmer as the morning goes on. So I think good conditions for the sprinters, and this stadium is going to get pretty packed throughout the day. And let's hope they all are here tonight as well to watch some of the world's. Well, we're going to see one of the greatest athletes of all time, the world record holder David Rudisha, here tonight. Which not every day you get to watch a world record holder compete, Mossy.
Absolutely, and saw Rudisha in the hotel here at Homebush last night, and he looked very fit indeed. Coming off the back, I guess you could say, of the Commonwealth Games, where probably a little bit disappointed. He was injured coming into it, but his rival that he took down in that Olympic final last year, a couple of years ago, Amos from Botswana, who took him out. So he'll be looking for a massive year going into Beijing, and hopefully getting himself back with that #1 on the gold medal podium. Plenty of podium action going on today, and last night it seemed like they were coming every 2 or 3 minutes. Lots of kids with smiles getting themselves on that podium, and I believe the podium is the one from the Sydney Olympics, which I'm pretty sure you didn't find yourself on, Ollie.
No, I certainly wasn't. I certainly wasn't on that podium, mate, but yeah, this precinct itself, a lot of history around here. A lot of top performances. Of course, Sydney 2000 Olympics, Kathy Freeman. The list goes on.
Absolutely, wearing the full bodysuit. You can see in the background there is the Olympic Stadium. Last night it was a home game for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs taking on the Parramatta Eels. It's always an explosive affair, and it was too. The Bulldogs getting up over the good guys, Parramatta Eels. And you can see there in the foreground, we've got the women's under 14 shot put. Women's under 14 shot put, which is heading out today. We've got plenty of field actions coming up. Let's look at this for a lineup. Ollie in the men's hammer throw. That man, it almost feels like it's his weekend out. And Matt Denny in the men's under 20 hammer throw. We've got Nath Wilkins, Ned Weatherly as well. So it's going to be an absolute beauty as the boys are ripping him out there. I think that might, I'm not sure who that is. We'll get the number plate in a moment. That's well beyond the 60-metre mark, and the boys are just having a bit of a training run, a bit of a practice here. Ever thrown the hammer yourself, Ollie?
I have, mate. Not far at all. Probably 25 to 30 metres just to get some points for the club, mate. But that's all you need sometimes. So, no, not much of a hammer thrower, as you can probably tell, but these guys out here now are some seriously strong lads, and no doubt we'll see them progressing into the senior ranks and throwing some big ones. And one to watch, of course, Denny, he's in great form. It seems whenever he throws lately, he's popping 3 PBs out. So let's hope today's a good one for him.
And we'll just go through a couple of the events that will be coming out. As we said, 9 o'clock, we've got the hammer throw. Well, that's just about kicked off, the under-14 women's shot put. And those prelims for the men's under-20 sprint, that's going to be awesome. That's just coming up in 5 or so minutes. The boys will be in the call room right now. And I keep saying it, but that's going to be a belter. We've got 2 of the fastest guys in the nation, senior runners so far this season. New South Wales Rowan Browning taking on Trey Williams from Queensland, who had a great win last weekend at the Queensland Track Classic, which also championships. And you can see, not quite there. We might get a shot of the boys if we can, just coming out to the right, coming out of the call room, heading towards the start line. And we're going down the back straight again today.
Yep. They're taking a nice leisurely stroll down the back, it seems. It looks like some of the 100-metre boys coming out to get ready for their prelims. Under 20 men, under 20 women's this morning. So some of the fastest juniors in the country, and also some of them are nationally ranked as an open athlete as well, which is quite an achievement. So junior sprint ranks, they're in pretty healthy stocks, Mossy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember having a chat to Rowan Browning after Adelaide Track Classic, and he's excited about what's going on, feeling like he's being pushed by the likes of Trey Williams and also young Jack Hale, who's still in the under-18s, who broke that record not too long ago, and he'll believe he'll be heading off over to Cali. And, yes. Now, I can confirm we're not going down the back straight. We're actually going down the home straight here, which is fantastic for the crowd and even better for the commentators.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Now, Ollie, if we just cast our attention here to the shot put, we've got one of our young girls. And I tell you what, one thing, the viewers back home, if you've never thrown a shot put, it is pretty full on. They look easy, but they're quite heavy. I grabbed one of the 7 kilos one last night, and it felt like it was about 15.
Gee, yeah, they're not light, those 7.26 kilos shot puts, and obviously these guys out here throwing a bit lighter, but as they progress through the ranks, it gets heavier and heavier, and obviously the athletes will get stronger and stronger as well. But interesting to know all the different techniques out there, and of course there's a lot of Queenslanders down there, a few New South Welsh women, and a few of the Victorians as well. So no doubt they'll be looking to get some big throws out there this morning.
Well, we've gone, what is it, 9 minutes on the stream, and you finally mentioned Melbourne, mate. Congratulations. We haven't heard OMAC yet, but it got me in the gate today.
Yeah,
they put the fist up, or the stop sign with the hand, and they said, look, you can't come in, buddy, you haven't got a pass. And you know what I said?
Yeah.
I said, I'm with OMAC.
You're with OMAC, mate. That's good.
Now, that is 100% fact.
Yep.
And another one of our shot putters there with the right hand going out. That's probably about a tad over the 11 mark. You can see there plenty of wear and tear in the ground. A lot of action going on here over the Australian Junior Athletics Championship. And we're just heating up this morning. The sun is shining. As we said there, a little bit of a light breeze. It's sort of swirling around from the east. A little bit of nor'easter as well. And our production crew, got Sarah. She's dancing on her toes with the fists out. I keep saying fists out. I'm not sure why, but the hands out, getting a bit of a groove going on. Ollie, we went for a run this morning, mate. Absolutely sensational here at Sydney Olympic Park. There's so much going on. What was your favourite part of the run?
Oh, mate, just the company of yourself. But no, just great to see all the venues around this great sporting precinct. I think pretty impressive what they've got around here. Really is set up for a big sort of sporting event. Big early event like the Olympics, so certainly a great.
Yes, there's plenty going on here, and what we might do is take a little bit of a sneaky peek at what's going on here in New South Wales, because there's plenty of things you can do to make sure you have a fantastic day.
Sydney Olympic Park. Get into life.
Just back in action here. Nice little truck going across there. And plenty of action coming up. We do have the men's under 20 prelims and the women's as well at 9:25. And for those long jumpers out there, at 9:30, so in 15 minutes, we'll take a crack at the men's under 17 long jump.
Should be a good one to watch. Got some good long jumpers come through the ranks in recent years. No doubt a lot of them have competed here at this meet. It's a good breeding platform, stepping stone to greater things. So we're going to see some future stars of Australian athletics hopefully really launch their careers from here.
And another one of our shot put competitors in the under 14s. And plenty of action going on. I tell you what, if you're a steeplechasian, we've got an hour of power this afternoon, starting with the men's under 20s all the way through to the women's under 16s. That's from 3:20, and the kickoff for the final one's at 4:17. As we look down the barrel, there's Rowan Browning with the hair, going with the right, then the left.
Yeah, Browning's going to be a great athlete to watch here as we get closer and closer.
This is a friendly announcement. We have a white dodge.
Yes, Rowan Browning with a PB, a legal win of 10.47. He had a plus 3.4 in Adelaide for a 10.18, but 10.47 illegal, which was set last year on this very track. It's another one of those junior stars that we're going to see over the next few years. And what's great, I guess, Ollie, is the fact that we do have these young fellas pushing each other. It's not just one or two, but there's now four that we can see that are going to continue to provide plenty of action for us here in Australia, which is showing that the sprinters, mate, not just good for single efforts, but also for our 4x100.
Yeah, look, it's very promising for the future. We've had a few good athletes come through, and we want to have as many athletes on that low 10 seconds as possible. And we can see the start list ready now for the 100-metre under 20 heats. You can see Rowan Browning coming out of lane 6. So there's the start list for those watching at home.
And you can see there we've got Perello, one of the New Zealand contingent here. Kale, Holdsworth, Hansford, Browning will be the favourite. Borowski, Flotman, Donny and Ford rounding out the field. He'll be in lane 10 for this first preliminary of the men's 100-metre under 25 preliminaries.
You can see Melissa Breen, Matty B over there come out to watch Jared Perello, lane 2 from the ACT. So hopefully he has a good run. He's been in pretty good form, but it's going to be a tough task for these youngsters to get around Browning. He's in good form. So they're going in their blocks now for our first track event of day 4 of the Australian Junior Athletics Championships.
Of course, don't forget to join us on AJAC 15.
Browning gets a good start on the inside. He's up and running now. Perello on the inside and the Queenslanders as well. There gets Browning to the lead. On the outside of him, the West Australian looms up, but a good win there. 10.64 unofficial with a plus 1.4 for Browning in the heats.
Yeah, he did it easy there, as we would expect out of lane 6, Browning. Just conserving energy. But a 10.64. Not a bad first up effort here in our first of our men's under 20 prelim, and we'll just have a look at the results there for that first one. You can see there at lane 6 it was Browning with a 10.62. It has been changed there. 10.7 for Calvin Borowski, and in third place will be Michael Hansford with a 10.84.
So 10.62, the benchmark set in the heats by Rowan Browning. Of course, very talented sprinter on the way up, and no doubt, hopefully going to be a big part of the Australian sprinting future. You can see there the track, and we're in the hammer throw ring now. And, this track is really going to get busier and busier as the day progresses. And we've got some great battles again tonight. Here the senior athletes stepping out, or some of the juniors will be out there. But at the moment, this day is all about the juniors, the future of Australian athletics. The shot put, having a look at some of our junior athletes in the ring.
There's another one of our competitors about to enter into the ring for our shot put, the second prelim.
Up next on the track, ladies and gentlemen,
for the men's under 20s.
Mossy, we can see the second heat up there. The athletes' start list on the screen.
It'll just about come up in a moment, but there's a man.
And Trey Williams, the man to watch, coming out of lane 6.
Here we go. We've got, from Queensland, we've got Ket, Pool, Cream, Liam Moss. Fantastic to see you here, Mossy. And obviously the asterisk for me, being a young fellow, Williams, Conamagni, McNabb and Brown. So no relation, Liam. Well, we probably have to be somewhere along the line.
I think he got the sprinting genes.
Yes, I think so. That's for sure. So he'll be coming out of lane 5. But undoubtedly, the favourite for this one will be Williams in 6. Look for him, the nuggety Queenslander.
Yeah, he gets a great start. And they're going in their blocks for the second heat of the 100-metre under 20 men heats. Williams away well. Look at the start from the Queenslander. Rockets to the lead. Williams looking very comfortable with the fellow Queenslander on the inside and New South Wales athlete. Williams switching off towards the end. 10.64 unofficial with a plus 1.1. Wow, that looked impressive. Got a gun and switched off with 30 metres or so to go. And very impressive from Trey Williams, of course, backing up from that run in Queensland last week, 10.40.
Absolutely. As you said there, he has got one of the fastest starts in Australia. And once he gets that head up, staring down the barrel with that 80 metres spare, he was just too easy out there. And pretty much smack bang on the 10.60. Well, it's 10.63 or 10.62 by Browning. Michael Konayami from Queensland, New South Wales with the 10.80. Spencer Brown, 10.90, not too far away, and just getting over the 11 mark was Samuel Ket. And Mossy was 11.22. So they'll keep on coming. We've got more men's under 20s. This is in the junior category, the under 18s being the youth. And tomorrow, Jack Hale, who's run about 14 qualifiers for Cali. He'll be there, undoubtedly. And the vibe is starting to build up here in the stands for what will be another magical day. So Mark, are you going to get the start list? Yeah, thanks, mate.
Trey Williams, 10.63 officially. Got some more of our 100-metre sprints on the track. So day 4 of 5 here at the Australian Junior Athletics Championship. Some highlights yesterday. Nina Kennedy obviously having a crack at the World Junior record there. Of course, we've come to know that she jumped our World Outdoor Best. But, of course, the Swedish athlete has jumped a bigger indoor performance. So that was a bit of a highlight yesterday, Nina Kennedy, including the 4:15, having a crack at that the world junior record. As we look now to our next heat on the track, it's heat 3, the 100 metres for under 20 men. Jacob Despard, one to watch here.
And as you see the start list now for the final of the preliminaries for the men's 100 metre under 20s, we have Blake, King, Peters, Galeras, Despard, Andrews, Dilworth and Mitrevsky rounding out the field, the Victorian, out there in lane 9. So the favourites here, Galeras, Despard and Peters.
So the athletes just standing up. Bit of unsettledness down there at the start line. And around that 10.62, 10.63 has been the benchmark for our first 2 heats. Despard's got a PB in that region as well. We can see whether he's ready to unleash in the heats or save it for the other rounds.
So a little bit unsettled in the box in this final of the preliminaries in the men's 100 metres for the under 20s category. And the boys are back in the blocks.
So 10.63 the PB for Despard. Away. Despard, he's off to a good start. The New South Welshman on the outside and the Victorian looming up. Despard side by side. The Victorian looms up on the outside and he may have just taken them all. Lunging late. 10.70 unofficially at this stage with a plus 0.1. So some pretty quick heats here in the 100 metre heats. That's the third. And Mitrevsky, Christopher Mitrevsky, the Victorian, 10.69 officially with a plus 0.1. Despard in second place, 10.76. Nicholas Andrews in third in 10.77. So the athletes, 3 heats there, top 2 from each heat, and then the next 2 fastest will get through to the final, I believe. So we'll have to wait and see who's going to get through on those times. But, geez, the benchmark's set pretty high there, and hopefully we'll bring you a cracking 100 metre final as the championship progresses. As we see the females out on the track getting ready.
Yes, we love our sprints, and we can see the boys in the hammer. That looks like it's Costa Kasparis. It's been going well. First chuck this season out at Briggs, and he's launched that one out well over the 55 mark. We'll be looking at a 57. Of course, this is the men's under 20, and Kasparis will be looking to find himself on the podium. He's got some pretty stiff competition up against Matt Denny from Queensland, Nathan Wilkins and Ned Weatherly. He's a bit of a character. He's already found himself on the camera a fair bit. We're just waiting for a score for that one. And the officials will spin that one around. No, the live stream's over here, guys. We need you to keep turning. There it is, and Kasparis with a 60.46, and that's a opener there for Kasparis, and good stuff indeed. So we have 17 competitors, so that one's going to go for a while.
Indeed.
Ollie, that one will go into Wednesday, I think, or possibly not.
Chris Nofke holding the record, 7.50 set in 2004. It's great having a look through these events and having a look at some champion athletes who have come through the ranks and what they jumped as a junior. Some pretty impressive stats.
Well, there's the man of the moment, Matt Denny. In the ring, here we go. Denny. His launch, he's got it not out of the cage, Denny first up, so the red flag flying high.
Lane 6 from New Zealand, Brooke Summerfield. Lane 7 from New South Wales, Gabriella O'Grady.
Just have the start list up shortly. The first heat of our women's 100 metres for the under 20 athletes. You can see the athletes.
And in lane 3 we have Curacao from New South Wales, Castle, Russo, Haggerty, Myers, Summerfield, O'Grady, Dixon, Johnson and Drake from New South Wales. So the favourites in this one, look out for Summerfield in lane 6 and Haggerty, Myers in 5 from New Zealand.
Away only moderately on the outside. Drake's looking good, and Summerfield, the Kiwi, running well. Next to O'Grady, and looming up on the inside, it's Kiraku, who may just hold on from a fast finishing New Zealander. 12-12 unofficial with a plus 0.6.
And of course the top 2 from this race go through to the final. And the next 2 fastest competitors will join them. So a great race there. Audrey Curacao on the inside, but it was Lily Castle taking out the victory from Tasmania. And the Taswegian sprinters, haven't they had a great time of late with Jack Hale?
Brooke Summerfield, Mossy, 12-11, the official winning time. The great win.
Well, there you go. So just looking up there, Brooke Summerfield with a 12-11.
The Kiwi.
Gabriella O'Grady and Audrey Curacao, both with a 12-15. Olivia Russo, 12-44. Haggerty, Myers, Dixon rounding out that top 8. And Summer Johnson with a 12-58. So plus 6.6 tailwind. And looking like Brooke, Summerfield and O'Grady will go through to the final.
Right along, we are to heat number 2 of the women's under 20 100 metres.
Go, and we're ready now.
Lane 2 Victoria is Carmen Leroux. Lane 3 from Queensland, Taylor Montague. Lane 4 from South Australia, Lucy Fitzgerald.
The girls getting ready for our second heat.
Sachi Inam. Lane 6 from Queensland is Digiro.
So the starting lineup for heat number 2 in the women's 100 metre under 20 event. From lane 2, De Bruin from Victoria, Montana from Queensland, Fitzgerald from South Australia, Sashi Kayama from New South Wales. Out of lane 6 is Turton, Sam Geddes from New South Wales. Well, she'll be the unbackable favourite here. Takshi, Blizzard and King from New South Wales out of lane 10.
So Geddes the one to watch lane 7 in the second heat of the 100 metres for the under 20 women. Geddes away well on the outside, running well is King, but Geddes gets to the lead. Kyla King, the other New South Wales athlete, looms up and will take second, but no doubt about our winner, Geddes, 12.00 unofficial with a plus 0.3.
Yeah, her personal best at 10.69 won't be tested in this event, but come the final, that will come under fire, undoubtedly. She has run a 10.59 with a 10 plus 2.1 tail. 11, rather. Yeah, that's right. Great stuff. One of our stats man here. That would be flying indeed. Yep. Look out, Flojo.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Well, 11.59 with a 2.1 metre tailwind, which is the most unfortunate tailwind to get when you're a sprinter. 2.1 makes it illegal. There we go. We can see on the board the official results. 12.00, the plus 0.3, Mossy the winner.
Absolutely. As we said, Getty's there. We have another one of our final preliminaries as well, which will be coming with us in a moment. Just seeing a competitor in the hammer throw, launching that one out. And not short of officials in the hammer. You've got your couple of spotters. You also got your kiddies on the side there. Plenty of action going on. And we can see here.
So you can see the athletes getting ready for the third of our 100 metres for the under 20 women. We'll bring you the start list shortly. An athlete to watch in this, Maddie Coates, really very promising youngster from Victoria. Tall athlete, better suited to the 200 metres, but watch her really storming home late. So Maddie Coates, one to watch. And Mossy, one of your favourite athletes on the tour.
He's up there. He's in the top 17, that's for sure. Matt Denny, he's about to enter the cage. Said to him yesterday and also this morning when we went for our jog around Sydney Olympic Park here, Ollie. It's his middle name now, or his nickname is PB. Matt PB Denny.
Here he goes, Matt Denny in the ring. What can he pop out here?
I'm pretty sure he's going to pop out a hammer.
Would be the likely scenario.
Well, stranger things have happened. Here we go, Matt Denny.
Heat 3 of the under 20 women's 100 metres on the track now. Let's have a look at the field in lane 1 in the ACT.
Big Matt Denny, that's a big one.
Lane 2
From the big fella, the Queenslander.
lane 3 for Victoria, Elizabeth Bennett. Lane 4 from New South Wales, Katrina Hunt. Lane 5 for Victoria, Coates. From New South Wales, Katie Speed. Lane 7 from Western Australia, Illabella Valuri. Lane 8 from New South Wales, Ruby Ritchie. Lane 9 from
So Mossy, one to watch in the next, Maddie Coates.
10 representing New South
And you can
Wales.
see there, coming out of lane number 1 will be Bobbin, Ashton Heading, Hunt, Maddie Coates from Victoria out of lane 5, Smee, Valuri, Ritchie, Smunden, and unfortunately didn't get the number plate of the girl coming out of lane 10. Here we go, Maddie Coates. She's a favourite for this one in the third prelim of the women's under 20s.
They're away on the outside, getting a good start in New South Wales. Maddie Coates just taking time to get into her running, running well. Now Maddie Coates strides to the lead. The long stride of Maddie Coates pulling up will take out the third heat. 12.16 unofficial with a plus 1.4. Look at those socks, Mossy.
Oh, I love it, mate. I'm a huge fan of the compression garments there, the 2XU. And Maddie Coates, she cooled the jets at 60 metres. Saw her running. My first time seeing her was at the Queen Bee Gift this year. And she's not afraid with it to wear those compression garments. As you can see, they're putting the arm around fellow competitor in Ruby Ritchie from New South Wales. And there's the score board. Maddie Coates with a 12.16. Kate Smee with a 12.21. So they're going automatically through. And Carla Takshi with a 12.36 in third. And we'll wait to find out who's going through to the finals for the girls in the women's under 20 100 metres. So that's our sprints for this morning in the 100 metre category. Plenty of action going on. We still have The boys in the cage for the hammer throw. Long jump not too far away as well in the under-17s. And the shot put still being thrown for the under-14s as well.
So next event on the track will be the under-15 women's prelims with the 200 metres, followed by the under-16 women's. And in the meantime, we'll get some field event action.
Introducing event number 211. It is the under-15 men's pole. Mean record 4 metres 41. So 2008 by the Victorian Road Cross with the national record.
And you can just see up on the scoreboard now the men's pole vault in the under-15 category. This is the finals. We have a whole host of Victorians. We have 6 of them, not one New South Welsh person and not one Australian Territorian as well. So we have Sebastian Rainek, Ethan Wright, Jonathan Burns, Cooper Saunders, no relation to Philo, Reese Rigoni and Daniel Massini. So they'll be our competitors in the final of the men's pole vault under 15. You can see there New South Wales competitor getting the red flag in the long jump. That's the under 17s long jump. And for those at home, just to give you a bit of an idea of who's competing in the men's long jump, we've got Frederick Adutwim, Ben Cassie, David Chen, Ryan Cooper, Louis Dennison, Nicholas McEwen, Kirk Morozov, Kyle Murphy, Jordan Nash, Jacob Knopp, Zachary Nunes, Caleb O'Keefe, Liam Schreck, Jack Stolarski, Jaden Velt and Damon Whitcomb of Western Australia.
So great to see a lot of our top athletes. I mean, we can see also it's good to see Melissa Breen out here watching some athletes, and also Matt Beckenham, one of the top coaches in Australia. Good mate of mine, former coach. How are you, Matty?
Yeah, good, Ollie. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. How are the athletes going this morning here at the Australian Junior Champs?
Very well. I had 3 run in the under-20 boys and girls. We had 2 PBs. Can't complain.
That's all you can ask for, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, so it was very good. Sarah Blizzard ran a PB, made it through to the final, and my young boy, Nathan McNabb, ran a PB today of 11:28, so we're happy with that.
That's good, mate. It means your coaching's going well, and tonight, Breeny, how's she come along from her runs this season?
Yeah, Mel's good. She was out here this morning. Obviously, she co-coaches those youngsters with me, so she was happy with those and tweeting crazily with the PBs, but she'll head back now and start to prepare for her own races tonight. So she's got the 200 up first and the 100. We've run a lot more 200s this year, and we're trying to crack that World Champs A, and with the conditions how they are tonight, we're hopeful that she can possibly run the A qualifier.
Yeah, it's definitely great to see Brandy. I've noticed she's done the 1 and 2 basically every program, so no doubt part of the big plan from you. And what about Lauren Wells? All coming together at the right time?
Yeah, well, obviously Loz went agonisingly close with the qualifier in Canberra, 100th of a second outside, so she's got some competition from an American girl tonight, Cassandra Tate, who they've actually had a few duels overseas in the last couple of years, so she's run 54.7, so hoping that little stimulus will get her under the A qualifier tonight. Yeah,
no doubt. She's came close, and I think she'll come on from our last run, so hopefully we can see Lauren pump out a good one. And yourself as a junior, Matty, you no doubt you competed here at the Australian Junior Champs. You had some success, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, the good old days, you know.
Good old days, yeah.
Back when you're in Invincible. Yeah, I love the junior nationals. I did events all the way from 100 right up to 800, long jump, triple jump, you name it, I did it, and loved every minute of it. So, it's a great opportunity for the kids to come onto a big stage, and they've obviously trained just as hard as a lot of the senior athletes. It's their opportunity to showcase what they've done through all the year, and, congratulations to all of them and their coaches for the hard work they're doing, and hopefully they've run some PBs and got some good results.
Yeah, that's all we can ask for, Matty B. And Mossy?
I'm just going to jump in here, Matty. Birthday Wednesday, mate?
Allegedly.
Congratulations, mate.
I started taking ages off.
Like 50 years of age, and you bloody...
Thanks, mate.
You look like you're probably...
I don't look a day over 60.
You look like you're about 39, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much.
Mate, awesome.
It's good to see you. And 2000 Olympics, mate, you would have been around this precinct a fair bit. Probably seems like a lifetime ago, but you were competing.
Yeah, it's always good to come back here, and the fact that my PB is on this track as well, which is the race that got me qualified for the Olympics. That's pretty nice. And we've got Canadian Tate the Canadian, as you've been calling him. He's been around, and so I got to take him around the complex yesterday. We went over and had checked out the football match last night, so it's just good for him to come in. And he watched the World Cup 2003 with Johnny Wilkinson kicking the goal off the wrong foot, so he put that in perspective and got to see the ground, and he's looking forward to running tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
He's actually in the lane that I ran my PB in tonight.
What lane was that?
Lane 7.
Not lane 1?
No, not John Akibua, mate. I'm very happy you've started bringing in Angelo Taylor, not just John Akibua.
Yeah, and as Brian Rowe mentioned, Kathy Freeman. But Mossy,
World champs, yep.
Mossy's going to bring us the start list for our women's.
That's right. It's the first.
Good calling, boys.
It's first of the women's 200 metre under 15 prelims. In lane 3, it's Thomas. Outside of her will be O'Meara, Cruz, Gross, Anwar, Blassel and Dugan. The favourites here out of lane 6 will be Mia Gross from Victoria and Michaela Cruz on the inside from ACT.
Thanks, Mossy, and thanks to Matt Beckenham, one of our top coaches here in Australia, and of course a top athlete. And the breeding ground for Matty was these sort of championships, and he loved it. And great to see him here coaching some juniors, and of course Australia's fastest ever female, Melissa Breen and Lauren Wells.
Mate, Matty Beckenham, a sub 50 400 metre hurdler, pretty handy indeed. Sub 49, I think, in the 400.
Definitely, he didn't run too many 400s, but in the 4 sticks, sub 50. But
represented at World Juniors, so he knows what it's all about here. Obviously, World Youth in Colombia later in the year, but yep, he was there in Portugal. Way back in 1994, Ollie, you weren't even alive in 94, were you?
I was, yeah. Born in 1990, mate. You got to give me some more credit.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Well, mate, that is credit.
Yeah.
Looking young, sprightly, fit.
I try, mate. I try. It's you know how it is. But Matty B, great to have him on board, and good athlete. I've seen some of the sessions he's done. Looked at his training diary, and some pretty impressive sessions he pumped out, and was actually a bit unwell leading into the Sydney Olympics.
And plenty of action on the Twitter hashtag AJAC15. When you're injured and can't compete, it's great to have Mossy and Robbo broadcasting it live. Great show, guys. Keep it up. Michael Can, you are my favourite tweeter so far in the meet. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Of course, everyone, AJAC15. Why don't you show us your screen? Show us where you're watching things from this morning. And we do have the women's 200 metre under 15 in the prelims. The girls just getting introduced to the crowd.
And we'll see if we can get some more, well-known Australian identities. I know Mike Hurst, who was the coach of Darren Clark, the greatest male 400 metre runner Australia's ever produced. We might get him on over the day, and we'll see who else we can spot out throughout the day and get on the show, just to get a bit of their perspective on the sport, on the championships, and pick their brains. So hopefully we can bring you some of those famous Australian identities that no doubt those of you watching at home will have heard of, but might not have actually heard from them and about these sort of championships. So it's a... Victorians are here, always loud and proud. And they're away in our first heat of the 200 metres for the under-15 females. On the outside, Sarah Dugan, the New South Welshman, giving them some good sight. And now starting to come up on the inside, Dakota Thomas. So Dakota Thomas on the inside, running very well, and her fellow New South Welsh athlete, Dugan, on the outside. And looking like taking out our first heat, it's going to be Dakota Thomas from New South Wales, 25.04 unofficial with a plus 0.9.
Yes, well, she took that one out, the lead nice and early, got around the final bend, and it was all over Red Rover for the girls in behind her. She just pushed herself along there. So from New South Wales, great stuff. It was Dakota Thomas taking that one out, as Ollie said. And she'll be through to the final this afternoon. Very, very impressive indeed. Built like a 200-metre runner as well, Ollie.
Now, Mossy, do we call them a New South Welshman or a New South Welsh woman?
I think we just go from New South Wales or from Two Blues. That's what I would say.
There you go.
I heard over the big screen they said New South Welshman, but to me it just doesn't... What about a New South Welsh person?
True.
It's getting big, isn't it? Well, we have from the big V. That's why I'm saying the Two Blues. You got the Swans. What are the South Australian? The Reds.
The Reds.
The Reds.
Oh, the Queensland are the Reds. They're a rugby union team.
Well, they're more maroon, the Queensland. This is the thing, and they go. Yeah, you're right. Crow Eaters.
Call them the Churches.
Well, it's your hometown after all.
The City of Churches. I don't know what we call just the South Aussies or South Australian, really. ACT. Territorians.
But it is, you're right, New South Welsh person.
And we just see Dakota Thomas there, 25.03 officially her winning time. And you can see how she backs up for the final, as we'll shortly bring you the Heat 2 start list. There we see.
And you can see there for the second of the women's 200-metre under 15 prelims, and we have in lane 3 Justine Ramsey from Queensland, Lily McAruth from South Australia, Eloise Millington from ACT. From the Two Blues, it's Isabel Lotka, Hannah Whitbread from WA, Ebony Holstein from Queensland, and in lane 9 it is Grace Goldsworthy from the Big V.
Thank you, Mossy, and some classy athletes about to get on the meet record for this. Ella Nelson, 23.89. Ella Nelson, she's running tonight in the 200 metres. And the national record, 22.80. Debbie Wells. Now that's quick for a female under the age of 15. 22.8. That would touch up a lot of the blokes competing here in the under 15 200 metre. That's impressive.
Absolutely. And Ella Nelson, our reigning national champion, she set that 23.89 back in 2008. It's yeah, fantastic stuff. And she probably hasn't found her strap so far this season, but heading into the finals here in Sydney and Melbourne, and the nationals in Brisbane the week after that. Let's get things underway here in Heat 2 in the preliminaries for the women's 200 metre under 15.
Thank you, Mossy, and that's pretty impressive. The national record and the meet record from those two athletes. Away in our second heat, running well, Isabel Lochter from New South Wales. Looks like she's made up the stagger early on. Lochter gets to the lead on the inside, running well, but Isabel Lochter in the lead. Goldsworthy on the outside, starting to come on. The Big V versus New South Wales, but they won't get to Isabel Lochter. And a good win to the New South Wales athlete, 25.54 with a minus 0.5.
Yes, absolutely. Too easy for the Two Blues there. And we've got plenty of action there. You can see she's giving her fellow competitor from the ACT, but Lotka, nice and easy. Look at that, not even moving, just saying, I'll have a nice little high five here, or a low five. So it was Eloise Millington from ACT there. You can see
Lochter, I think it is. Isabel Lochter. Lotka. 25.53 officially with a minus 0.5. Goldsworthy 25.84, and Hannah Whitbread 26.29. So there's some live results for you as quick as you can get. There we go, those watching at home. Lotka the official winner of our second heat.
And turning our attention very shortly back to the field for the first of 14 Matt Denny hours this weekend.
Indeed. The big fella.
He is a big unit, that's for sure. See there, Denny in the ring trying to get the crowd involved.
Loves getting the crowd involved.
He's not afraid, that's for sure. Here he goes, ready to launch it out. Matt Denny, and that's a big one. Does he like it? Does he what? That's huge from Denny. Massive one there.
Matt Denny.
White flag goes up. Matt Denny, take it.
Surely not another PB for this guy. Surely not. This guy is on fire. If he's
I think we're going to have,
big as we think it is,
we're going to have to change it and start talking about when he doesn't get a PB.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Look at that, Ned Weatherly just giving him a huddle. As to do. They're very close, the guys from the field, especially the chuckers. Very, very close.
Heat 3 of the under 15 women's 200 metres now taken to the track. In lane number 4 from Western Australia, Nikita Evans. In lane number 5 from New South Wales, Tia McPherson. In lane number 7 from Western Australia, Ella Page. In lane number 8 from Tasmania, Talia Morgan. In lane number 9 from Victoria is Hannah Duncan. There's the field. The under 15 women's 200 metres.
Okay, our starting lineup for the women's 200 metre under 15. It's the third of our preliminaries. We have Evans, McPherson, Page, Bortignon and Hannah Duncan from Victoria in lane 9. I'll throw this one over to the voice of athletics, Ollie Wurm.
Just quietly, Matt Denny, 77.25 he's just thrown. Absolutely massive. Away in this 200 metre race. And running well is Ella Page on the outside, the West Australian, and on the inside, Tia McPherson from New South Wales comes around the bend and she is in the lead. Tia McPherson running very well from New South Wales, with the other athletes trying to get up there, Ella Page, and also on the inside, Nikita Evans, but Tia McPherson, winner of this third heat, 26.07 with a plus 0.6, and Matt Denny is in the form of his life.
You can see the girls there, Evans, as well as Talia Bortignon.
So Matt Denny, big PB for him, first time over 77 metres, and that is with the 6 kilo hammer. Of course, he also has thrown with the open implements. So yeah, great to see Matt Denny, another personal best in the hammer throw, and that's with the 6 kilos. So he's really in some great form as a junior athlete and also in the open ranks. And we saw him last week in Brisbane, chuck it over 60 metres in the open discus. It's really great to see some great throwers coming through, and of course trying to emulate the likes of Ben Harradine, Julian Ruck's in great form. You know, and of course we've got some great shot putters coming over this country. Scotty Martin throwing over the 21 metre mark.
And we've just heard over the microphone, we have Ollie's not happy. We may have a national record. We're about to find out. We won't jump the gun. We've been pretty good at jumping the guns on records. Very, very good, actually. Some would say the best in the world.
Yeah, we'll wait for the final confirmation. We have heard of the ground announcer announcing one thing. We'll hold our horses as we're
guarded. Let's be honest, we're guarded.
Here we go. Under 16 women behind the blocks.
And the starting lineup for the women's 200 metre under 16 heat 1 of the preliminaries. Finals will be run later today. In lane 2, Riley Day. Lane 3, Helena Schwert. Jessie Andrews from Victoria. Lane 5 will be Maisie Stevens. From the ACT in lane 6 is Rebecca Morling. Natalie Otway from Queensland. From the two Blues, it's Mannix Power. And in lane 9 on the outside, it is King from Queensland.
Away in the first heat of the women's under 16 200 metres. Macy Stevens from New South Wales running a great bend, and she's going to come off that bend in the lead on the outside. Natalie Otway running well, as is Mannix Power, but Macy Stevens from New South Wales running a great race. Riley Day trying to get up on the inside. No doubt about a winner from New South Wales. Macy Stevens 24.66 unofficial, and the wind is 0.0.
So another great run by the two Blues from New South Wales. Maisie Stevens. Well, there's a reason why she was in lane 5, and she just, as you called it there, another one of your stellar calls, Ollie Wurm. Just ran off the bend, slung herself around in that final 100 metres, and I can see her going down the tunnel now. Very, very happy indeed as another one of our competitors in the men's under 17 long jump. And he launches that one out. And look, Ned Weatherly, what a stretching sensation he is.
The big fella.
Wearing those Adidas track pants. Of course, if you want to perform at your best, you want to get in the Adidas apparel.
Of course, we're wearing some Adidas gear today, and nothing better than the iconic Adidas three-stripe gear. Really love the Adidas gear.
Mate, you should see the hoodies from Athletics Australia. The hoodies have got the...
Look at Big Weatherly. He's a bit of a larrikin, isn't
look
he?
at that. There's love.
There's brotherly love there.
Yeah, so the hoodies that you get from Adidas, it's not just 3 stripes down the sleeves, mate. They've incorporated the 3 stripes into the hood.
I need a hoodie now.
Yeah. No, you won't get one. You can have mine if you want for $100. It looks like very shortly we will have the women's under 20, the second of the prelims, under 16
under
rather.
16, yep.
To apologise. It'll come up on the screen in just a moment. So we have in the second prelim of the women's 200 metre under 16, in lane 2, DeSalis, Downey, Thring, Howe, Fiera, Devitt, Black and Brighton back from Queensland in lane 9. Just a bit of one here. DeSalis, if you spell DeSalis backwards, it's my first name.
Thanks for that.
Fact.
Mossy, bend under 16 high jump, looks like the bar's at 175. Heat 2, women's 200 metres under 16, they are away. On the outside, running well. Looks like Brodabach from Queensland, and Figuera from Victoria really starts to loom up on the outside of her. DeVitt, but the Victorian is now overtaken on the outside by Katie DeVitt from New South Wales. The Victorian, the big V, trying to go with her, but now the New South Wales athlete, Katie DeVitt, runs away with the second heat, 24.84 unofficial, with a plus 0.4 Mossy.
Brilliant stuff there. And the two girls there from New South Wales and Victoria in Katie Devitt, I believe, and Sienna Fiera. Brilliant stuff. And the top two go through to the finals and the next best two runners as well. This afternoon they'll be looking forward, and there's plenty of New South Wales girls in that one, but don't rule out the other states. We'll endeavour to bring you as much as we can now. As Ollie said, the bar in the high jump, first round, first attempt at 175. You can see the guys in the background there.
It's great to see, Mossy. All these youngsters, no doubt, have been looking forward to at school all week. Just looking forward to this competition, I imagine. Basically, those who are travelling here, this would be a real highlight for them. I know it was for me, being able to come to these sort of competitions and the friends you make, and all those friends that you still have many years on, guys. For me, like Sam Baines, all those sort of guys, met them all at comps like this.
Oh, yeah, cool. And the results there from New South Wales, Katie Devitt with a 24.82. Sienna Figuera from Victoria, 25.18. Those girls find themselves in the finals, and a nervous wait for the Queenslanders, Sarah Howe and Emma Downey. And unfortunately, that will be all she wrote for the rest of the competitors at the Nationals. But well done, girls. Sensational stuff just to be here. And come back next year, the under-17s, you might find yourself even on the podium.
Up to heat number 3, the final heat of the under-16 women's 200 metres. In lane 2 from South Australia, Alexander Phillips. In lane 3 from Queensland, Harris Irving. In lane number 4 from New South Wales is Isabel Harley.
And you can see there for the third prelim, the under-16 women 200 metres, Phyllis, Urban, Di Polinato, Connolly, Squires, Houghton, Olsen and Ashley Dell from Queensland. And just repeating, the top two go through to the next round, which will be the final, which will be run later on today.
Thanks, Mossy. You can see the split screens there. Bar, the high jump, still at 175. And these under-16 athletes in the blocks. Meet record for this, Lauren O'Sullivan, 23.54. And they're away. Looks like Di Palatonio running well on the inside. Also, Olsen from Victoria starts to loom up, and running very well. And on the inside of her, it's Connolly. Squires, the Victorian from the Big V, takes the lead. Stretch away. The Queenslanders in hot pursuit, but Ella Squires, the Victorian, takes out our third heat, 24.75 unofficial, with a plus 1.1.
So a great run there by the Victorian and the Queenslander on the inside of her as well. Now, folks, if you have a favourite competitor in any of these, a relation, etc., 2:38 this afternoon will be the finals for the women's under-16 200 metres. So 2:38 this afternoon if you'd like to watch the final. And as we said there, the top two competitors go straight through to the final and the next best as well. As you can see the results there up on the screen, Ella Squires with a 24.74 with a plus 1.1. And why don't we make it an Ella double? Ella Connolly with a 25.11 there through, and Tamara Houghton. I'm not sure about the timing, whether she'll go through, 25.43, and Paris. And that one's gone from there. Back at the high jump bar at 175. Final attempt there by the Queenslander, and he'll dip out in the Nationals. In the high jump for the men's under-17.
And Mossy, I'll just go through the athletes who qualified in the 100 metres under-20. The final is going to consist of, in no particular order, Browning, Borowski, Hansford. Williams, Conor May, Matrevsky, Despard and Andrews.
And as you can see there up on the screen for the women's, there is your final. Squires, Connolly, the top two. And unfortunately, it's disappeared for us. Might be able to find that one at some stage. Just going back there, it looks like a fellow redhead there. Final attempt of at 175. So another one bowing out. And 175 for an under 17 is a pretty handy jump. Plenty of action still to come, guys. Stick around and let's have a look at that hashtag AJAC15. Just keep piling them through, as we'd like to know exactly how you're going. There it is at the bottom of your screen here at the Australian Junior Athletics Championship. And of course the big one tonight, the Sydney Track Classic. It doesn't get much bigger than David Rudisha, the current world and Olympic champion.
He's a legend.
And he's come over here to get a few tips from the Moss man about running an 800. So
there you go, mate. What did you tell him?
I just said, run fast, buddy. There's only 2 laps. Don't forget it.
Lane number 2 for the ACT is Lawrence Davis. Lane number 3 for New South Wales, James Roach.
And my old man just sent me a text, mate. He's weighing in just a side of athletics. But Dave Robbo on the ABC News 24 run, jump, chuck rules. And Dave Robbo was on there looking at the Sydney Track Classic tonight. As we turn our attention now to the track in Heat 1 of the men's under 15 preliminaries, we have from Victoria, Marbia in lane 2, Ellicott, Rajakovic, Brown, Trevelyan and Nechita from the ACT. I'm pretty sure I got that one wrong and I do apologise.
Rajakovic from Western Australia, one to watch in lane 4. And they are away. Nikita on the outside from the ACT, off to a good start. Ellicott from New South Wales running well. Pretty even as they come off the bend. Perhaps from the ACT on the outside. Edward Nikita on the outside. The ACT athlete looms up, and now the Victorian, Junior Mabia. Big Junior, I've seen him run before, and Junior Mabia gets the rails run and is going to take it out 23.62 with a minus 0.4.
Wow, he blitzed him down there, did it easy, and as typical in the prelims, he just cooled the jets, popped it back into neutral and found himself there. So 61 unofficial with a negative 0.4. So there we go, Junior Mabia with a 23.61, Edward Niketia with a 23.86, and Rajovic 24.24.
Indeed. What a day. Indeed, what a day it is.
Dude, don't call me dude. What a day indeed. I think we've got about 2,000 athletes will be out there today, so we do our best, and apologies if we get a few names wrong. And the bar at 179, first attempt there in the high jump by that Queensland competitor with the cool do above the shoulders there, looking very, very fancy. We turn our attention to the men's under 17 long jump. And this is Morozov from New South Wales. And out he goes. He not 100% happy with that, but the white flag does go up. And just back at the high jump, 179. Oh, he had it. He had it. It was a shoelace that got involved there, I think. As we turn our attention to heat number 2, Davis, Roach, Illes, Phillip, Leferinic, Jones and Mason in lane 8.
So yes, the second prelim almost getting ready for the under 15 200 metres. And meet record for this event, James Gallagher, 22.08. Impressive youngster, that guy, the West Australian. And the national record, Jordan Shelley, 21.44. That is moving. Away in this second heat, off to a good start on the inside. James Roach is running well from New South Wales. And Travis Ellis, the Queenslander, looking good. But James Roach, the New South Wales athlete, running very well. On the outside, starting to get up there, the Victorian. And the Victorian, Aaron Lefferneck, running very well. Aaron Leiferink from Victoria takes it out, 23.43 with a plus 0.7. Really, that last 50 metres turned on the afterburners and stormed away.
Yeah, and James Roach from New South Wales hit a wall with about 50 metres to go and sneaking up on the inside. Lawrence Davies from ACT, he'll find himself a spot in the final. And it's going to be a nervous wait for James Roach as he'll be seeking a look at an opportunity to go through. So Aaron Lefferink with a plus 7.7 tail wind, 23.42. Lawrence Davies with a 23.56. And James Roach with a 23.61. We'll be waiting for the opportunity to be in the finals.
Yes, Mossy, and not too far away till we move on to the under 16 prelims of the men's 200 metres.
Soft drink. And of course, you can join the conversation on the hashtag AJC15. Kelsey Lee Roberts, our bronze medalist in the women's javelin last year at Glasgow Commonwealth Games. She said, awesome run by Impulse athlete Jared Perello to start the morning at the AJC15. Great work, Coach Barbara Athletics. So fantastic stuff. Thanks for joining in on the conversation. We've got the elite athletes, but we want everyone to get there. And Mike Barber, a PhD candidate in javelin biomechanics down there at the AIS. Wow. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Javelin biomechanics.
Yeah, well, a lot of it goes into...
You want a coach like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, a lot of these technical events, you need those small things to make a big difference. So you need someone like Mike Barber, a good bloke, and obviously a very good technical eye for an event like javelin to be on your side.
And
it's like Matt Denny might just be looking to go into the ring, another throw. Up ahead before him, Big Weatherly. But, yeah, Denny's in good form today. We will confirm, we'll Still waiting on the
Oh,
confirmation.
look at the stomp there by Weatherly. That means he's in business. The double stomp factor. He's seen a personal best and national record thrown by Matt Denny, and not to be outdone. Is he going to be able to match him? Here we go. Oh, the old traditional 4 swings, launches it into the cage. And nothing like hitting the cage, mate, to
not a good feeling.
Be a bit disappointed. So plenty of action. I want you guys to stick around. We have 200-metre men's under 15, under 15 and 16 200 metres. And here we have your new national record holder in the men's under 20 hammer throw. It was last year's meet record holder with the 74.81, but 75.62, so he's outdone that already. Oh, everyone's here, everyone's happy, even the West Australian crowd, they're clinging on to this hope. Matty Denny slings it straight into the cage, and Ned Weatherly setting a trend. And Matt Denny saying, look, anything you can do, I can do better. And the cage definitely rattled, a lot bigger than Ned Weatherly. That'll be a battle royale today.
Indeed, and under 16 men's 200 metres underway shortly. And James Gallagher, real talent. We saw her in the meet record last year, 22.08. So let's see how he has come on since then and what he's going to run today.
And you can see the starting lineup here for the men's 200 metre under 16. Heat 1 in the preliminaries. Cameron, Robertson, Jacko, Gallagher, Borg, Agelara and Krushka from Queensland in lane 9.
Yeah, no doubt the one to watch is the West Australian James Gallagher coming out of lane 6. We saw Gallagher at the Jandakot, and we see him at the Australian Junior Athletics Championships here today. Day 4, and the 5th and final day is tomorrow, and Sydney Track Classic is on tonight.
And there he is, woohoo! Couple of bombs there by Matt Denny. Dave Robbo. Looking forward to having you back very shortly. And here we go, in the hands of Ollie Wurm.
Away in this first heat of the 200 metres under 16, and Gallagher immediately makes his mark around that bend. Going well with him is Oliver Jackpot, but off that bend, Gallagher is in a league of his own. The meet record holder from last year in the under 15s, he ran 22.08. What can he run here in the heats? 22.04 unofficially with a plus 1.1. Great conditions out there for sprinting.
And brilliant run there by James Gallagher, as you saw there. Jacko not too far away on the inside, and Gaffer Aguilera. And we'll get the official result on that one very shortly. In the men's under 16s, as we head up to the board to have a look at that one. Gallagher taking out in 22.04.
Well, just over a second.
Plus 1.1. 23.06 for Zachary Cameron. And just outside of him was Jonathan Robertson with a 23.13. You can see in the background, top left of your screen, is the Sydney Olympic Park Swimming Centre, where the swimming was swum for the Sydney Olympics back in 2000. Getting a few looks by our producer and director from VPA Live. He doesn't like the old swimming was swum. What else do you do? Swimming was held. They're harsh, but fair. So a great win there by Gallagher from Western Australia. He'll be red hot favourite going into this afternoon's final. And we'll just stick with the high jump here. The bar is at 183, and this is the first attempt.
Second heat for the under 16 men's 200 metres on the track now. In lane 2 from Tasmania, Nathan Coleman. In lane 3 from the ACT, Joshua Beale. Lane 4 from Queensland, James Logan. Lane number 5 from New South Wales is Byron Hollingworth Descent. Lane 6 from Victoria, Jordan Munyon. Lane number 7 from New South Wales, Sebastian Wurm. Lane number 8 from Queensland, Nate Runco. And in lane number 9 from Western Australia is Callum O'Robinson.
So we saw the start list. Next event on the track, the heat 2 of the 200 metres under 16 for the men. Coleman, Beale, Lohman, Hollingsworth, Descent, Munyard, Moyer, Branco and Howe Robinson as they go into the blocks now. And they're away in the second heat. Running well, looks like Hollingsworth Desmond, the New South Welsh athlete, running very well on the outside of him. Munyard from Victoria. It's Victoria in the lead, the big V. Jordan Munyard trying, and he really strides away with this. In second is Desmond Hollingsworth, but a good win, 22.49 with a plus 0.2 for Jordan Munyard from Victoria, the big V. On fire here.
Yeah, we have to admit it's been a blue domination, the big V and the two blues of New South Wales so far in the events this morning. Don't worry about that. The West Australians not to be outdone, and the Queenslanders as well. If you've just joined us, Matt Denny has thrown a new national record in the men's under 20s. Just continues not only for personal best, but that national record. And he's not a fine prospect, he is the prospect for Australian athletics in the future. So the results there. At event, we had Jordan Munyard, 22.48, Byron Hollingsworth with a 22.81, and James Lohman and Sebastian Moi will be looking to secure their spot into the final. Look at that, Ned Weatherly. It's not quite a ponytail. What would we call that?
Man bun?
A top knot.
The top knot production is telling us, so we'll call it the top knot for the Victorian.
Good old top knot Ned, they used to call him at school.
Some people can pull the top knot off, some can't. Big throw from the Victorian. He's pumped. Great day of conditions, and let's hope the conditions stay like this for tonight. We really want to see some ideal conditions for our sprinters and also the distance runners as well. I am salivating, looking forward to seeing David Radisha run against one of my good old mates. Used to do a lot of running with him, Alex Rowe. So that's going to be a great battle tonight, and you never know what they can pull him through for tonight. And Matt Denny's about to go in the ring again. Can he pop a bigger one out, Mossy?
So he went plus 77, Matt Denny, is what we've been led to believe. So he's going for his own national record now. All the eyes,
the Proclaimers in the background, mate. Great song.
The bar there.
Here comes Matt Denny. We're getting behind him.
Oh, look at that. His fellow hammer competitors. Another one with the top bun there from Queensland. Crowd's fired up here at Sopak.
Come on, Denny.
Here we go, Matt Denny. Can he go over that 77? Will he get it out of the cage this time? Denny launches it up. It's big. It's big. Oh, tell you what. It's well over the 70 mark. It won't beat his 77 earlier. But another 70 plus for Matt Denny. And he just continues to belt them out there. And he is such a sensational athlete and a top guy all round, and probably has one of the best hairdos in athletics as well, which you don't see a lot of.
Big Matt Denny, I'm disappointed there. He really built it up. Of course, he's thrown huge today, but I would have really loved to pop out a big one. But no doubt, Matt Denny is in a rich run of form here, and he's just going comp to comp, PB to PB.
So that was a 73-58 by Matt Denny. 73-58.
Another solid throw.
We turn our attention now to the third prelim in the under-16 men's 200 metres. It's Randwa, Colgrove, Joy, Use, Petherick, Yang and Rishatelli.
Thank you, Mossy. The third heat of the under-16 prelims. Aaron Oliver's the meet record holder, 21.65. If we do see an athlete like James Gallagher really up and running in the final in PB shape, he might go close to that. Look good in his heat. 73.58 for the big fella, Matt Denny.
That is the field for the third and final heat of the under-16 men's 200 metres. Top two will progress with the next two best time. I hand you over to the start.
Away in this third heat of the 200 metres. Christopher Ios off to a good start, running well from lane 6. And on the inside of him, Dylan Joy from Queensland coming up under his shoulder. But Christopher Ios in the lead from New South Wales. And Yarden Yang on the outside starting to loom up. But no doubt about our winner there, Christopher Ios, switching off 22.78 with a plus 0.5. That concludes our heats of the 200 metre sprint for the men under 16.
As you can see, the results there up on the screen. Christopher Use from New South Wales, the 22.76 was our winner in that event. And we'll just bring the results up there for Heat 3. You can see their use. And the other guys there we didn't get before. Dylan Joy, 22.97, and Yadin Yang, the 23.03, will join Roha Randwa back underneath the stadium with a 23.16, just hoping that they'll find themselves in the final this afternoon. So well done, Christopher Use from New South Wales. maybe we can just put it on the high jump and then we'll have a chill out for a bit. Is that cool?
Do we just go down and get a photo of Denny's results so we can officially spruik it?
And the bar, first attempt at 187. And we're just going to have a chill out here.
So it is all happening here, Mossy. A great morning, and the day is young because we're going to be here till 9 o'clock this evening, watching Australia's best junior athletes, and then watching Australia's top senior athletes and some of the world's greatest. And the greatest 800-metre runner of all time will be here. We've got a Canadian high jumper jumping who's jumped 2 metres 40, which I can tell you that is absolutely massive. The Commonwealth Games champion is here. Big Derek Drouin, his name is, the Canadian, and 2 metres 40 is we don't need to see an athlete like that. I mean, Tim Forsyth jumped 2:36. Derek Drouin, 2 metres 40. That's next level. I'm not sure what sort of shape he's going to be in, whether he's in PB shape or not. Probably going to kick things off early. 225 plus 230s would be great to see for the crowd, and hopefully they can push Brandon Stark, who's jumping tonight. So just great that we get to see some world-class athletes coming here to compete in Sydney tonight.
Well, it's one of the many things that Athletics Australia bring to our country is a feast of stars. We saw it last year with the likes of David Oliver coming over. But David Rudisha doesn't get much bigger than that. And for those middle distance lovers, they will definitely be put in for a treat. And of course, things can't happen here without our generous partners and sponsors. Sydney Olympic Park, the AIS Adidas 2XU Compression, New South Wales Government, Destination New South Wales, Commonwealth Games Australia Committee, and Athletics International. And I'll tell you what, if you've never been to New South Wales, get on down here, especially next year's Sydney Track Classic. You've got plenty of accommodation nearby. You can go for a run and take into account the whole of the Sydney Olympics.
And VPA, they're the guys.
No, don't worry about them. Let's just keep going here. They are from New South Wales, though.
VPA,
and they are the best live stream production crew in the country.
No doubt about that.
That is fact.
Technology you got here, all the cameras, all this set up, and they're good blokes. It's you can't get much better than that.
Hang on, mate. Take it easy.
Sorry, mate. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. Like working for a national broadcaster, mate. That tweets are your own.
Yeah. So Denny still has got another throw, so it'd be great to see him pop out a 78 metre. You never know. Get the crowd behind him. And
looks like we've got young Ned Weatherly from Victoria. Good old top knot. Here we go. Second of our competitors in a top knot. Here we go. Ned Weatherly launching it out. It's up. It's up. And a little bit too high there. It'll be around about that 65 plus mark. And he looks not too dissatisfied. He knows he can go a little bit better than that, and he unravels the bandage that keeps him going. Well, not too dissatisfied. Let's just take out the 2 and the knot. He's dissatisfied. Oh, hang on. I don't know. It's all hard. It's all too hard.
Hard to read these guys, isn't it?
They are.
Now they're all
look at
hugging.
that.
Now they're all best mates.
Nothing wrong with a bit of love.
As such, it's the under 20 men.
And we can see there, that's his final throw in the men's under 20 hammer, and it's a 64.86.
Very requested a new meet and national record here today at Sydney Olympic Park.
I think we're just waiting for final confirmation, and Matt Denny, he's already broke the national record in the under 20s, throwing obviously a 6 kilogram hammer. Controversially, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really a hammer. You couldn't use that to build a house. Oh, I love my hammer. I do.
It's a great event. The speed and the ring, the control and their strength.
Well, you sold me on it. Listen to that.
They're serious athletes. And you can just see them. And Matt Denny as well. He's throwing well in the shot, the disc, and the hammer throw. He's a very well-rounded athlete.
We haven't spoken about it. Oh, the crowd, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the crowd are absolutely into this. Here's Matt Denny. What can he do? He's got a national record already. He's got nothing to lose, and he launches it up, straight into the netting of the cage. And look at that, his hands in the air. Happy indeed. Oh, take a bow, son. Brilliant stuff there by Matt Denny, taking down a meet and national record and a personal best to boot. Just an absolute star of the sport as Australia just continues to produce field athletes of world-class quality.
What a legend. He put everything that last throw, and probably just a bit too much, really, and into the nets, but he has had a great competition.
And as we turn our attention now to the men's 100-metre para under 16s, first heat of the preliminaries. From lane 2, we have Wyatt, Thomas, Murray Gazzini, Anderson, Webster, Mybus, Lush, and Richardson.
Great to see our power athletes out here today, and this is the...
There's been lots of them. Sorry, Ollie, I do apologise. There's been lots of our para athletes, which is fantastic as well. And any kid out there at home, and plenty of categories you can compete in.
Yeah, it's great, and of course Australia with a pretty rich history of IPC athletes. Evan O'Hanlon, Scotty Reardon, just a couple of spring to mind. Donnie Ilgan, Heath Francis, some great athletes come out of this country, and no doubt some athletes out there at the moment, ones to watch for the future. It's great to see all the states here all kitted out in their colours and their kit. They're all very passionate with their state uniform. We're just next to the Victorians and the West Australians also on the outside of us, and you can tell all the athletes just love being in their kit. Little practice run for some of the athletes as the bar's at 1.90 metres in the high jump. Queenslander about to have an attempt with a massive afro. Tomin Ayaji, the Queenslander. Afro man, I'll remember him. But
it's not common to see the afro in the high jump.
Well, he might just flick the bar. You never know.
Yep.
Could just
it's weighing him down.
You just don't want your afro getting in the way, do you?
Not mine. That's for
Mark
sure.
Howard never had that problem, the AA media man, but
2:28 for a PB.
2:26 he jumped. It's pretty big. That is big. He went to the Com Games.
Absolutely.
He knew what he was doing.
If you don't know Mark, just go and check him out on Twitter @ExhaustedDad.
He's going to be an exhausted man at the end of these few days, isn't he? Indeed.
That's why he's on the big bucks.
But great staff here supporting all of us and this whole meet, and it's great to be here. But the action's on the track, and it's up to the athletes, and they are away on the outside. Josh Lush, the Queenslander, running very well. Ari Giacini from the ACT, he looms up. Going to be a very close finish, and maybe the ACT athlete. And, of course, all these athletes are competing with different disabilities, so not necessarily the athlete that crossed the line in first will be crowned the winner. Great to see the athletes out there, and a close battle between Giacini from the ACT and Lush from Queensland in the first heat.
You can see the lads there, supportive of each other.
The Queenslander is clear at 1.90 meters.
Looks like a bit of a dude. Yeah, so the bar at 190. There we go. New South Wales competitor here. Ooh, has a look at it.
Going back to the track now, it's event number 216. The under 16 men's. Heat number 2.
And heat number 2 in the men's 100 metre para under 16. From Victoria in lane 4 is Samuel Rizzo. In lane 5 from New South Wales is Pemberton. Lane 6 is Michael Bond, and Gregory Luff in lane 7 from New South Wales. So 2 New South Welshmen and a couple of Victorians in this one. I hand it over to Ollie.
The big V, New South Wales. They are away in this wheelchair event. Looks like Rizzo on the inside gets off to a good start, the Victorian. Pemberton from New South Wales trying to go with him, and now Pemberton winds up and says, see you later. Goodbye, Samuel Rizzo. And Pemberton from New South Wales takes out the second heat. The stop clock didn't quite stop there, so I'm not sure of the official time yet, but Rizzo got a great start, and then Pemberton from New South Wales just shot away and had a convincing win in the second heat of the 100 metre under 16 for the para athletes. You see all the Hammer boys finishing up down there, and we will report to you as soon as possible the official placings and results of that event.
And back over to the high jump, the bar set at 193. You have one of our Queensland competitors dominating so far. Oh, easy does it. Launches himself up there. He's got another 10 centimetres in him. Brilliant stuff, the young Queenslander. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely sensational as the bar. As we said, 193. This is the first attempt now from another Queenslander. He's touching the bar there with the hamstrings. So he's got a little bit of work to do, the Queenslander. And back to the dude.
Of the gold medal, an Australian champion representing New South Wales with a performance of 7 metres 11, David Chan.
Oh, having a look at it.
These are your Australian championship medalists.
So this is the men's under 16 high jump, a record of 2:06 in 05 by Josh Heap and the dude. He just says, I'll have a look at that, and that's Simon Thompson Ajayi. Oh, nice and clear there at 193, our West Australian competitor. That's Sean Zalek.
Clear at 193.
On the track next is event number 218. It's the under 20 Paralympics 100 metres. In the first heat, taking to the track in lane of 2 from New South Wales, Rowan Bright. In lane 3 from the ACT, Lachlan Boot.
Okay, look at that. On Twitter, the hashtag AJAC15. You wonder what I look like? Well, there I am, up on screen, and that's the younger, almost cousin of Mossy that's Liam Moss. You can't quite see the plate on him, but he ran earlier today. Come up and said g'day.
First heat of the under 20 Paralympics 100 metres. To the start.
And just looking up there, we have the men's 100 metre para under 20 prelims. And forgive me if I'm incorrect, everybody, but the competitors for this one are Dwyer, Foote, Guild, Hendy, Jennings, Jones, Lehman and Suey. Another one of our Queensland competitors there in the high jump at 193.
So away, and our athletes running very well. The Queenslander shoots to the lead with ACT running well on the inside, and South Australia taking third, 11.79 unofficially with a plus 0.5.
That was a great win there by Matthew Guild of Queensland, easily the fastest competitor in the field. And plenty of athletes there running great, hopefully personal bests in the men's 100 metre para under 20s.
The under 14 men's shot put medals to be presented by Scott Martin, national junior coach for throw. The winner of the bronze, representing Queensland, the performance of 12 metres 44, Tyrone Freeman.
So just the two.
Winner of the silver medal, representing Victoria, with a throw of 14 metres 44, Benjamin Gould. And the winner of the gold medal, an Australian champion, representing Victoria, with a performance of 14.54 metres, Oliver Courtney. These are your Australian championship medalists.
And just looking at the next one there, we have in the men's 100 metre para heat number 2 from New South Wales, Connor, Sue, Christensen, De Palma, Jones, Hendy and Lehman from New South Wales in lane 8.
Boof in lane 8. Boof.
Cousin of.
You never know. You never know how people are linked in this day and age. Could be a second cousin of Darren Lehman. Niece, nephew. The athletes behind the blocks getting ready to go in our second heat of the 100 metres para under 20.
100 metres. Taking to the track in lane 2 from New South Wales, Jack Connors. Lane 3 from the ACT, Jeremy Sue. Lane 4 from New South Wales, Mitchell Christensen. Lane 5 from South Australia, Dion De Palma. Lane 6 from New South Wales, Zachary Jones. Lane 7 from Queensland, Lindsay Henry. And lane number 8 from New South Wales, Dylan Lehman. That is the field in the second heat of the under 20 Paramount 100 metres.
This morning session starting to heat up. The bar in the high jumps at 196. So impressive jumping from our juniors here today. And they're behind the blocks in the starters' hands. Jones from New South Wales off to a decent start, but Hendy on the outside really starting to run well from Queensland. On the inside, Connors, but it's Hendy on the outside. 12-11 unofficially with a plus 1.5.
So great run there. Clearly taking this one out here. The men's 100 metre para heat. And in the background is the high jump, bar set at 196. Sean Zalek. Here he goes from West Australia. Crowd here to the right of us. You'll hear them clapping and cheering if you can get over the bar here. So here we go, Zalek. Oh, yes! He's over. And that's a great jump there by Zalek.
Clear at 196, Mossy. That's good. That's class jumping.
104, the under 20 men's amateur. Also,
you can see in the foreground there, the boys. Matt Denny getting his medal. Don't worry, he'll be back at some stage. Costa getting the silver and Weatherly getting the bronze. So Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria.
And Mossy, that's a meet record and Australian record for Matt Denny. Australian junior record. That's impressive. 75.80, he popped it out there. Very impressive from the big fella. The former national record was 75.62, held by Aaron Fish, and the meet record was 74.81. And Matt Denny gone bang. See you later. 75.80 Australian record.
Sorry, Fishmeister, it's gone, buddy. Your name has been erased. It's now with Matthew Denny.
And look, there's nothing that man can't do, and for him to get that national under 20 record there, he's very pumped. And let's just hope we see a guy like Matt Denny really kick on to the senior ranks and represent Australia at the highest level in the future. But congratulations, Matt Denny, meet record, Australian junior record, and one of the good all-round blokes, really, isn't he?
Oh, he goes all right.
Oh, yeah.
For a Queenslander, yep, we'll have him.
We'll claim him.
If he wins.
Yep.
Brilliant stuff there. But also the other guys, Ned Weatherly and Costa Kostoupas, is also great to see them continuing their form in the men's hammer. See the high jump. Oh, easy, 198. Oh, look at that fist pump. Brilliant stuff there.
You beauty.
Sean Salek.
Exciting stuff unfolding in the Southern End, ladies and gentlemen. It's event 212. It's the under 16 men's high jump. Two competitors left. Ashley Maloney.
Oh, clipping the bar there. Queensland competitors built for the high jump.
Matt Denny is still pretty chuffed about that. 75.80 for the big fella, and becomes our greatest junior hammer thrower of all time, the Australian junior record holder.
And just turning our attention now to heat one of the women's 100 metre para under 20s. Gemma Lee, Brianna Coop, Henderson, McCracken, Cali Salmon and Charlton. And as you can see there, a number of competitors in different categories. So as Ollie has mentioned a few times, they won't necessarily come in order from first
Clear at 198 in the men's high jump.
It's all heating up over there. And hey, Mike. Mossy, here you go, mate. Talk about the sport, the 400 metres, you know, where we were, where we are now. Yeah. National,
Event number 220. Under 20, Paralympics, 100 metres.
So the women on the track next, the 100 metres para under 20, heat 1 prelims.
From South Australia, Gemma Lee. Lane number 3 from Queensland, Brianna Coop. Lane number 4 from the Northern Territory, Holly Henderson. Lane number 5 from Victoria is Holly McCracken. Lane number 6 from New South Wales, Harley Salmon. And in lane number 7 from New South Wales, Julie Charlton. That is the first heat of the under 20 Paralympics for 100 metres. To the start.
All right. In their blocks, ready to go for the next event on the track. away in this 100 metres. Off to a good start. Cali Salmon running very well. On the inside, Brianne Coop. Salmon is still in the lead, but now the Queenslander starts to get into her running, and Brianne Coop's going to take out this first heat. And of course, these athletes are all competing in different classifications, so not necessarily the person who crossed the line in first is the winner, but 26.11 unofficially with minus 0.4.
And great to see the crowd here getting behind final competitor coming over the line. And plenty of action going on here at Sydney. The sun is shining, a slight breeze coming out of the east. And some of Australia's finest junior competitors throughout today and tomorrow. And let's not forget the Sydney Track Classic tonight. Stick around for that. Tell you what, if you're in Sydney, don't worry about watching on the live stream. Get down here. And the bar in the high jump is at 2 metres. Oh, just catching that one with the shoulder. It's got the compression garments. Of course, 2 times you being the compression supporter of Athletics Australia. And just down here in the long jump. Queensland competitor there. He's flown. He's really got out there.
Now backing up after the stellar men's event, we have the under-20 women's hammer throw. The meet record is 60.21, set by Bromwood Eagles of New South Wales in 1999, with the national record at some 63.65 metres.
Oh, brilliant stuff there by the Perth kid, Zalek. And look at that.
Clear at 2 metres.
He's going to run out of the stadium. He wants to get involved in the hurdles. Brilliant stuff. Oh, up there to the crowd. Oh, beautiful. And I'd say that's a personal best. Sensational stuff.
Big jumping in the men's high jump. That's what we'd like to see. 2 metres. A great milestone. The first time anyone clears that, and great to see it here today.
From New South Wales, Yasanaka Denikapka. From New South Wales, Sarah Ringrose. From New South Wales, Alexandra Hull. From Tasmania, Emma Keller. From New South Wales, Tania Basos. From Victoria, Laura Hutchins. From Kimberley, from Queensland.
And we also just had the women's under-20 hammer throw. We had another Moss in there, Ollie. Here we go. Can he get over at 2? Second attempt. Oh, touching the bar. Red flag goes up.
And at the southern end there, that was the Queenslander, Ashley Maloney, narrowly missing his second attempt at 2 metres. It's a 2-horse race at the southern end, ladies and gentlemen, between the Queenslander and Western Australian Sean Selleck, who has already cleared 2 metres and will be progressing. Western Australia could be getting close to the meet record.
And just looking there in the second of our women's 100-metre para under-20s, Hal Greco-Pollard, Maloney, Jago Dunn and Patton from South Australia.
Yeah, just getting a bit of a debriefing there from the start list.
Moving back to the track, we are on the second heat of event number 220. It's the 100 metres.
And that's the final jump there for our Queensland competitor. And fellow dudes coming across there. A lot of Queenslanders in there. See the dude giving his the handshake. And we're going to have a look at the replay here of Sean Zalek's National Championship winning jump at 2 metres. And have a look at this for excitement by the young guy.
Bang.
Does it easy. And the double fist pump he just keeps going here. White flag went up. Kid from Perth. Now watch this, Ollie. Look at this. Technique. He's practiced before. Left up.
High jump takeoff up to his coach, looks like.
That's natural. They've done that before.
That's what they train for, buddy, and great to see it all paying off here in Sydney. Great day for jumping.
As we turn the attention now to the track in the women's 100-metre para under 20s heat number 2.
Thank you, Mossy. See one of the runners here. Looks like they do have a guide runner as well. So you can see in the orange vest, a Taswegian, Emma Jago. No.
Just going back to the high jump now, Sean Salek, who is your national under-20 championship, and he's thrown the bar up to 2:06. Concentration. Look at that bar. Oh, he's after the clap.
The crowd.
This is the biggest clap. Here we go. Oh! Just under the arm there. He's got a couple more attempts at that.
Away in this para under 20, and they're going to be called back here. About 10 or so in your email inbox.
As they're heading back to the line, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our focus over to the southern side of the venue, where is the Western Australian short attempt at 2 minutes 06 to equal the beat record. It's going to be realigning up now for his second attempt.
Marcus, Danny won the discus. You get a national record, PB. Scott wasn't here for it. So what's he done so far? It's on the menu as an entree.
Looks like they're getting ready to go second time. Hopefully the athletes get a clean start in our second heat of the women's 100 metre under 20 para. Away cleanly this time. And no, we're not. Some confusion here, some issues happening down at the start, so they're going to be called back again. But in the high jump, the bar is at 2:06, and he's having his second attempt, the West Australian. Can he get over 2:06? Not far off it. Closer on his second attempt. He's going to have one final attempt shortly, Robbo. Sorry, Mossy.
Just setting a little bit of a context, 31st of January this year, Sean Zalek jumped his PB of 190, so he's gone 10 centimetres above his personal best. Brilliant stuff. What a stage to do it here at the Australian Junior Athletics Championships at Sydney Olympic Park. So he's got a final attempt at 2:06.
Mossy Robbo on the crutch race. We're going to see a World Youth qualifier today. We're looking for another one.
There's claps all around here. All the crowd getting behind our athletes. Great to see. We've got some good action. We've just seen Denny throw a huge national junior record, 75.80, with the bar at 2.06 and the high jump. The long jumpers are putting it out there around the 6.5 metre mark. We've got the 100 metres just waiting to get underway on the track for the para females under 20. It's all happening here, and as the day gets older and older, the action really going to heat up tonight. Cannot wait for the evening of athletics. We've got some of the world's greatest athletes joining us here as we're juggling two events at the moment. We're having some real issues at the start of this Para Under 20 race, so hopefully we get cleanly away.
We're just going to turn our attention back to the field. Final attempt here, Sean Zarlek for 2.06. Here he goes. Oh, and he's clipped the bar once again. But that's brilliant stuff by the young West Australian, taking out a national championship. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff there by Sean Zarlek, the kid from Perth. And sensational stuff here. The first session of day 4 of the Australian Junior Athletics Championships. Live and exclusive through Athletics Australia via various channels. And as we said there, a national championship and also a personal best by Sean Zarlek. And we'll now just getting a few things right with the officials. Going to have a start without the blocks perhaps. And Sean Zarlek getting the win. You see here competitors Howell, Greco, Pollard, Maloney, Jago, Dunn and Hatton. So Sean Zarlek in the men's under 16s. Not a bad effort, Ollie. 2 metres out. And you see him there on screen.
Not bad at all.
Looks like he's celebrating a bit of New South Wales action with the towel there. Of course, Destination New South Wales, a proud supporter of your Australian Junior Athletics Championship. You can see there on the hashtag AJAC15 from Queensland Athletics, one of the best social media athletics crew around. New meet record, national record, and 3rd gold medal for Matthew Denny in the under-20 hammer throw with a 75.80. And doesn't he look cute there, young Matt Denny? And we're going to have him very shortly for an interview.
We've got some more photos as well, don't we, Mossy?
We do.
We've gone into the archives, you could say, and away this time in the 100 metres cleanly, and looking like off to a good start on the inside. It's Howell from Queensland running very well. Maloney from New South Wales trying to reel her in, but Howell from Queensland will take this one out. 13.73 unofficially, and away cleanly in that event, the second heat of the women's 100 metre para, and hopefully some personal best for the athletes down there. So shortly after this, we'll head on to the prelims of the women's 100 metre under 14. And over there in the long jump, the
the men's under 17. Ollie's already talking about lunch. What are you going to have, bud?
Oh, I don't know, something simple. Maybe a nice sandwich of some sort. We had some Nando's over in Brisbane. That was a bit of a treat. What a treat.
I'm after a falafel roll.
Falafel roll is quietly. We see big Dave Robbo making his entrance into the arena. A few fans have sort of stopped him along the way. It's another day at the office.
The top two from each heat will progress along with the next one best time. To the start.
Away in this first heat of the under 1400 metres, and looks like the Victorians, the big V, getting off to a good start. They're going to hold on for our first heat. Plus 0.7, a good win for Arc from Victoria.
So our official times there with a 12.79. 12.79 there by Adora Arch. Amy Bryce with a 13 flat. 13 low for Naomi Galley. And Alexandra Tar, 13.14. A 13.39 by Danielle Katsos. And the heat one of the women's under 14s. Not far off, we have
Lane 2 from Western Australia, Emma Ince. Lane 3 from Queensland, Lily Burns. Lane 4 from New South Wales, Charlotte.
And you can see the scoreboard now for the women's 100 metre under 14 Heat 2 preliminaries. Innes, Burns, McGill, Thompson, Walker, Ruse, Welsh and Liana Kenner from Tasmania out of lane 9. Over to the number 1 race caller in the land, Ollie Wurm.
Thanks, Mossy. They're going into their blocks. These 100 metre under 14 prelims for the women. Meet record for this, 11.91. Maddie Peary set in 2008. Away cleanly, the first time of asking on the outside. Welsh and the Tasmanian Kenner running well. The New South Wales Walker getting to the lead, and Thompson Victoria. But it looks like Isabella Walker will take out this 12.82 unofficial with a minus 0.4.
And just seeing the results there, Isabella Walker with a 12.81 with a -0.4 tailwind. Chelsea Thompson from Victoria with a 12.92. And Lily Burns, 13.40. Liana Kenny with a 13.21. And some brilliant camel work there done by the boys. Let's go through it.
1.81 there.
Shot put PB.
New South Wales, fantastic. Second heat there. Two. Got yourself to the final.
No PB. Hammer, PB, and a record. Is that a national record? It is? National meet of 75, 80. Record was 6. Thank you, Denny. Do you want to jump in and get a few special comments?
Heat number 3 on bench number 221, under 14 women's 100 metres. And lane number 2 for Victoria is Brianna Russell. Lane 3 from Queensland, Shannon Dukes. Lane 4 from New South Wales, Alina Delaveris. Lane number 5 from Western Australia, Jenna Bang. In lane number 6 from New South
At the start list, Russell, Dukes, Delavaris, Bain, Hemsworth, Bradley Power and Owen from New South Wales in lane 8.
So, the competitors ready for our third heat of the women's 100 metres under 14. Away in the third heat of the 100 metre prelims under 14. Russell on the inside from the Big V, running well on the outside. Hemsworth from New South Wales, but Maida Russell on the inside from lane 2 will take out the third heat. 12.69 unofficial with a -0.6.
number 2 to get through to the final later on. Unofficial time 12.69.
And that's 12.69 officially for Maida Russell, -0.6. We've got some special guests coming onto the stream very shortly, including very famous Queensland athlete, and I'll put you through to Mossy.
Yes, that's exactly right here, boys and girls. We have yet another one of our gold medalists, Matt Denny, and the Matt Denny hour just continues to roll on, mate. Congratulations, the national record and PB 75.80 in the hammer throw today, mate. And mate, what are you going to do with all these gold medals?
I don't know, probably frame it, mate. Put it up with a singlet and sort of cap it off with the career for the juniors. So, you know, today was pretty good. I thought I was going to go a lot longer, especially on that last throw, just clipping the cage. But, you know, I've got more distance there, and we're going to go overseas this year, so see if we can get out further. But today, even going into my last throw, I got pretty emotional. It was one of the probably best moments of my career. Just with the whole crowd just behind me and stuff, so, you know, enjoyed it so much.
Now, mates, obviously you've dominated these ones here with the shot, discus and the hammer. Mate, what's your preferred event?
Yeah, everyone keeps saying discus to me because, like, what I'm ranked in history at the moment. But I don't have any preference between discus and hammer. But shots just for fun. Last night I was really surprised. I threw 1969, so that was a full metre PB, and you know, it came from absolutely nowhere. I came into the comp thinking, if I get a PB, I'll be happy. If I get close to 19, I'll be even happier. But you know, getting over well over 19 and capped off my shot put career. So I might even finish my shot put career on that maybe. So
brilliant stuff, mate. We're just going to go to this race here. It is heat 4 of the women's 100 metre under 14s, and in lane 2 it's Young. And then reading across the track, O'Donnell, White, Dunn, Kane, Singh, White and Jones from Queensland in lane 9.
Thanks, Mossy. We'll get back to Mossy and Matt Denny, the man in form and our Australian junior record holder. We'll just get this heat 4 underway. On the outside, Jones gets a good start from Queensland. On the inside, Sophie White from Western Australia starting to run well, and Thierry Dunn from New South Wales storms to the lead, and she's going to take out the 4th heat, 12.81 unofficially, plus 2.3. Back to you, Mossy and Matt Denny.
Yes, and a great run there by yet another 2 blues, but we are joined up in the commentary position with Matt Denny. Mate, no events tonight in the Classic?
No.
No?
No, I got nothing left.
What does a young fella like you get up to?
I think tonight, I'm actually planning to go to dinner for a little bit with a couple of friends from World Juniors and my girlfriend as well. And I think tonight and tomorrow is just going to be about relaxing and enjoying the championships, because it's done so well, and so many great athletes. Like I actually changed my flight time so I could come watch Reece Steen in the Jav. So I think there's some big throws come from here, maybe even another Oz record to tumble maybe. So.
Mate, I have to admit, you're a very good-looking bloke. There's no doubt about it. How old are you again?
18.
That's all right, I can say. But have a look down there on the screen, mate. Look at that photo, buddy. Now, mate, talk us through that. That one's been plucked out of social media. What's the go with the hairdo?
Mate, so this was just after I finished my footy career, and I was one of those footy kids at a state school, and I was like all long hair. I actually used to have such long hair, it would come down to my ears and curl up. So
we just saw it.
Yeah, it was even worse than that. You should find another photo, it's terrible. So
we will. I'll just ask our producers if they can actually get a double screen, the box-in-box, with Denny now and Denny then.
Oh, God.
That'll look good, mate. Look, just in behind me there, you can see Mike Hurst, still coaching, and the coach of our current national record holder, Darren Clark, which he got way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And, great stuff. Mate, so what do you got to work on now to continue to progress your career in all your chucks that you do?
Mate, it's really just going to be about, because throw is so hard on your body, especially with like lifting and just the stress of such impact on the ground. I think it's just going to be like body longevity and trying to keep my body in good nick and stuff. But it's just trying to progress through into the open weights even better, and keep my technique. And it's just all I need to do is just keep doing the same thing I've been doing, and I'll be fine. I
know it's been covered quite a lot. Just come here, look at that. Turn around, look straight at the camera. Wow, what a difference! What a difference, my man.
Well, I was on Instagram the other day, and one of the boys messaged me, and he said, "Mate, you're a good looker back in the day." And every year, some kid goes and takes a photo of that photo and sends it to me straight away. Every year, I haven't gone 1 year without it yet. So that photo was pretty much when I started here first, because I bought something from King's Track and Field, and they always take a photo of their first athlete buying something. So that was back in 2011, and so that was so I started in 2010, first nationals here. So it's been a long road.
Mate, we might get you to stick around. We do have the women's hammer going on at the moment, and maybe even get a bit of an idea of techniques, etc. But
yeah, for sure, definitely.
Got the long jump, the men's under 17s on the screen there. Now, this guy's got a fair bit of height to him. Gets it out there. Does he look happy? It's hard for us to see here. We don't have the camera angle, but the white flag goes up.
That's Darcy. He's aimed for World Youth this year.
World Youth. Talk me through Darcy. Where's he from in Queensland?
Darcy, I think he's a Brisbane boy.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's the basic, isn't it? Default.
The Brizzy's where it's at. All of Queensland.
And just looking at start list for the men's 100 metre under 14. This is heat 1 of the preliminaries. We have Snyder, Hobbs, Beluga, Begg, Long, and Hutton from West Australia.
I'll be back this afternoon.
And just getting a result there, it was a
768, I think. 768.
I think so.
I think that's close to his PB. I think that might be a PB for sure. Definitely.
That's a big jump.
That's another World Youth qualifier, I think, for him too. So.
Under 18
Meet record.
Oh, it is. Meet record. Geez, that's a good effort. Well, we've got Alex Ollie in hammer at the moment.
So just on that one there, it's a 7:25 is a World Youth qualifier. He has to get 2, and it is a meet record.
And the boys are on the track for the 100 metre under 14 Heat 1 prelims, and they're in the starters' hands. And they're away now. Looks like a good start from Felix Long from New South Wales. And Long from New South Wales running well. It's the other New South Walesian, Beluga. Beluga and Long, but Long's going to hold on and take out the first heat of the 100 metre under 14 prelims. 12:21 unofficially with a plus 2.1. We just want to see that 2.0 for the sprint events tonight, and our sprinters will be very happy.
And we might have a look over there. You can see the results on the screen there. Felix Long with a 12:20, Travis Beluga 12:36, and Mazur Ayin Beg with a 12:60. And just confirming, Darcy Roper, that's his 5th qualifier for the World Youth. He has to book himself on a plane by winning today. And sensational stuff there by the young Queenslander. And if we can, we might get a look over in the hammer cage.
Medal presentation of victory ceremony for event number 212, the under 16 men high jump. Medals presented by Sergio Seno, national junior coach high jump.
So got one of our competitors from the ACT. What's going through her mind right now, Matt Dean?
I think she's just going to try to stay rhythmical and try and get it out in the middle. This girl's part of the Tassie Tossers over in Tasmania, so. I think she's coached by Evan Peacock as well, same coach as Huey Peacock and Hamish Peacock, the throwing brothers.
And it looks like that one's around about that 35 metre mark. Unfortunately, we don't have the tape stretch out across.
I think Alex Hulley, her first throw is 62.26, so that might be in close to the meet record.
These are your Australian Championship medalists.
I can tell you that up in the commentary booth, we do have the A team starting to form up. That's right, Matt Lynch and Mr. Dave Robbo. And the cameraman Les. Sensational to have him back. That'll
I tell you what, Mossy, Matt Denny, now he's no longer throwing in juniors. Has he got a career in the media? I'm not letting go with this one.
If you want me to go, I'll go if you want.
It's good to have Matt Denny here. Great insights into the athletes out there competing, and knows how to handle the mic.
And just seeing another one of our competitors about to enter the ring. And we'll go to Heat 2 in the men's 100 metre under 14 preliminaries. We have Niketa, Richmond, Stanford, Zoya, McPherson, and in lane 8 is Michael from West Australia. Over to Ollie Wurm.
So Heat 2 in the blocks for the men's 100 metre under 14s. Lanes 3 to 8 filled here. Away and from the outside, looks like off to a good start was Stanford from New South Wales. Samuel Stanford runs away with this one, the Victorian, Richmond Craig, but Samuel Stanford, too good for them, goes under 12 seconds, 11.95 with a plus 2.4 unofficially for the New South Welshman Stanford.
And great stuff there. Looking at the results there on the board, Samuel Stanford with 11.95 and Brandon Richmond Craig with a 12.23 and a nervous wait for Sasha Zoya. The first two going through, and the next two best qualifiers, and a plus 2.4 wind. And we have an ACT competitor over in the Hammer. What can she come up with here?
And the field events, ladies and gentlemen, leading the way.
Might be a Tasmanian. I can't quite make out from here. Victorian even. Got it all going for me today. And the men's 400 metres, very, very shortly, but we do have, we believe, a meet record, Matt Denny.
Yeah, new meet record. I think she's definitely going to get over that national record she has at 63 and a bit, so 63.65. So she's definitely. I know. I've actually heard rumours of hitting 67s in training, so might see some big throws today from Miss Alex Hulley. So.
And just to give you a little bit of information on that, the meet record, Bromwich Eagles, she was pretty good at chucking, and with a 60.21 set back in 1999, but the national record was a further 3 metres above that, 3 and a little bit of change for Alexander Hulley. So she is the star of the future, Matt Denny.
Oh, definitely. Well, Bromwich Eagles, she actually holds the Open Women's National Record at 71 and a bit metres. So Hulley's definitely the future of women's hammer in Australia for sure, and I think it's definitely going to be a battle between her and Lara Nielsen. Do you know if Alex is throwing in the Track Classic tonight?
I could find out very, very quickly.
Because I think they will be, because I know that's their finals, but. My training partner, Lara Nielsen, she went to Commonwealth Games last year, and it's been a good competition between those two for points-wise, and I think it's gone 1-for-1 the last few comps, so
yep, she's
starting to look for a good comp.
She'll be up tonight against Lara Nielsen, as you said there, Rebecca Doreen, Laura Herbert, Kaysan Hockey, and Emma Kelcher from the Tassie Tossers. So a couple of those in there. She'll be competing tonight. And don't forget to stick around for all the Sydney Track Classic, which will be going to air via this channel that you're watching. As I've said, if you're down here in Sydney, make sure you come along. Come along a little bit earlier and take in the whole precinct at Sydney Olympic Park Athletic Centre. We see another of our competitors, New South Wales, launching that out. And that's over the 35-metre mark. And obviously we'll know when Alex is up, because it'll be going about double that.
Definitely. No, she's looking in good form. She had a good season this year, so definitely some big throws.
What's she like as a girl? What's she like?
No, she's a nice girl. She's always down to earth, and she always comes and talks to everyone. I know she's trained by Karen DeMarco. Same with Costa Kasparis, who was in my hammer today. All really nice kids, and I've been throwing with Costa since it started, and same with Hulley. Hulley's always been there, and these last couple of years she's just been shooting up and just been throwing bigger and bigger each year, and yeah, definitely. In the next few, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets near the qualifier for Olympics next year. So who knows what'll happen.
Another of our Queensland competitors over the 35-metre mark. Very consistent.
I'm pretty sure he's going to want everyone in the grandstand.
So yeah, a lot of love with the Hammer boys. A lot of love in the field, but I saw Ned Weatherly and Costa having a massive cuddle.
No, we're all good friends out there. I think, especially with every all field events and stuff, we're all really close friends, and we always cheer each other on. It's never any nasty things to say. So yeah, always close to each other.
And the long jump there, we'll leave that. Or we'll gather that not far away from the men's 400-metre hurdles.
On the track next, ladies and gentlemen,
in the under 17 category. So running a little bit behind schedule. So we're not far away, and here we go. Throssell, Shield, Thompson, Richardson, Deng, Walters, Burrows and Marant will go out front from Victoria. I can tell you that the meet record, 53.44 by Sasha Alexenko, and back in 2008 he set the national record at 51.75. Favourites for this one, Fox, Kearney and Lobus Canaleo.
Lane number 8 for Victoria, Dylan Burrows, and lane number 9 for Victoria is Ollie Wurm. That is the field for the under-17 men's 400-metre final at the entry to the start.
And we'll throw this one over to Ollie Wurm.
Thank you, Mossy. And our under-17 men's 400 hurdlers going into the blocks. Meet record, Sasha Alexenko, 53.44. The national record, 51.75 by that same man. 10 flights of hurdles to negotiate. Away in this men's 400-metre hurdles, and they negotiate the first flight of hurdles. Stephen Dang looking good down the back straight from Victoria. On the inside of him running well is Sam Richardson. So Dang, Richardson and Thompson heading down the back straight. Looks like Richardson from New South Wales is going to take a slight lead, with Thompson on the inside of him from New South Wales running a good race. So they're over the halfway mark. They're around 150 metres to go now. Thompson on the inside running a good race. Next to him, his teammate Richardson. And on the outside, Murren in the outside lane with Dang, the other Victorian. But looks like Thompson's got to the lead in the men's 400-metre hurdles. Dang from Victoria starting to dig in. Thompson clears the last hurdle. Dang starting to wind up. Look at the grit in his teeth, but he won't get there. Thompson holds on. 54-52 unofficial in the men's 400-metre hurdles, heat 1.
And a bit of action over in the high jump, and our field, in the long jump rather, our field expert is Matt Denny.
Expert on long jump. I think I'm changing events right now.
Mate, if you got that microphone, you've got to be an expert in everything.
I'll give it a go. I think I was 7.63, so that's consistent for sure for Darcy. So I think that's what he's looking for. That could have come close. What did Shem jump in under 20s? I think it was 54. So that would have won under 20s, and he's jumping under 18. So Darcy's in good form to head over to World Youth this year. So. Wow, that is a massive Australian record, 7.95.
We're just hearing from our resident statistician, Matt Lynch. He knows every single record and personal best of every person except for me. He doesn't know my PB over the 400. Have a guess. What's my PB over 400?
400. Sub 60.
I was 12. Oh no.
65.
68.
Ah, oh,
yeah.
So faster than me.
Yeah, just slightly faster.
You won tomorrow morning.
I dropped 12 seconds on PB though to get that. So we continue to get.
I don't know. Well,
for the men's 400 metres, you can see up on the board the results.
He's scared.
The results for that first final. In fact, there is our competitors who will be coming up. Can we have the board, please? And there we go. Alexa Thompson, 54.51. Victoria, Stephen Dang with a 55.01. Richardson, Murren, Shield, Walters, Burrows and Throssell creeping in there with a 58.24. So a couple of more races and that'll be it. Just look up there at the board for the next event on the schedule, the men's 400 metres hurdles in under 18. It's a final. Look at this. It's a final. Medals on offer here from Victoria, Mason Spikers. From Queensland, Ben Wilcox. From Victoria, Matthew Harcott. From Victoria as well, Kempton Moss. From New South Wales, it's Benjamin Mackay. All the way across the ditch from New Zealand, Felix McDonald. Victorian Connor Fry, and leading us out in this 400 metre hurdles under 18 final is Cooper DeGarnham from Queensland.
DeGarnham.
And another Moss in there as well.
The Mosses are everywhere. Harry Kimpton Moss, he's trained with Roy Boyd in Victoria. He's stepping up from the 110 hurdles to the 400 metre hurdles. could be part of OMAC very shortly. Just not even joking. Anyway, he's a good young athlete. Goes to.
You'd never joke to us, would you, bud?
No, mate. He goes to the school I went to in Melbourne, and good young athlete, Harry Kimpton Moss. So hopefully he can get a medal here. And they're in the starters' hands for our final under 18-4 hurdles. Away cleanly.
Good start here for the under 18 men 400 metre hurdles.
And negotiating those hurdles. Looks Kimpton Moss down the back straight, running well, and he starts to really negotiate those hurdles well, and he's built up quite a lead as Kimpton Moss goes into the 5th hurdle, running very well. On the outside, the New Zealander, Felix McDonald, running well, and Fry, but Kimpton Moss is looking good out in front. On the inside, the Queenslander and the other Victorian, but Kimpton Moss stutters into the hurdle, but he's got a big lead. 2 hurdles to go. Harry Kimpton Moss.
Go, Mossy.
Looking great. Can he take the national title? Clears the last hurdle. Harry Kimpton Moss looks over his shoulder. The New South Wales, they're coming on the outside. Kimpton Moss.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He thought he had it. He looked to the left. He didn't realise there was a man on his right. That is close.
McKay might have swooped him on the outside. I hope he's held on.
That is a photo finish at 54.04.
First or second, we still want him at OMAC, but what a great run from the big fella, Kimpton Moss. As I mentioned, trained with legendary hurdles coach Roy Boyd in Melbourne, and stepped up from the 110s. Actually competed last year in the 110 hurdles. He had a left leg lead and changed to right leg. He's held on. Harry Kimpton Moss has held on, 54.02.
We'll take that one.
We'll take that one.
And a 54.07.
And the Adidas replay, Mossy.
Oh, you can see here, he's well and truly out in front, the young fella from the Big V. But I tell you what, he started to stumble here. You'll see this in the next 20 or 30 metres. There we go. At this point, he thinks he's got it. He'll take a look to his left. There it is. But does he know the man on his right is there? Another look to the left. He thinks he's got it. Holds back. Oh, mate, that is 0.05 away from blowing the gold medal. But the Victorian, Kimpton Moss, takes down the men's under 17 400 metre national title. He'll be jumping up on top of the gold box today.
So Harry Kimpton Moss gets the win, and we turn our attention to the female 4 hurdlers shortly. And some great names here for the meet records. I tell you what, you can see the under 17 women's 4 hurdles national record. Jana Pittman 56.23, and Chloe Jamison, a former trained with Chloe and also a former housemate of Alex Carew.
And just got a special guest here, Mike Hurst, legendary coach of around the 400 metre mark, coach of Darren Clark amongst others, mate. Fantastic run, that one, but you've got a little bit of information for us.
Yeah, Ben Mackay is a member of the 400 metre fast track program that's run by Athletics New South Wales. He gets to train and be mentored with Jana Pittman, who is obviously a 2-time world champion at 400 hurdles. His technical work for hurdles is done by Andy Burton, as was the bronze medal boy in the previous age group, and Andy's just a fantastic hurdles technical coach, and a lot of these kids enjoy their time with the 400 fast track program, which is a coach mentoring program that I organise on behalf of Athletics New South Wales. It's a free service, really.
And a pretty handy soccer player as well.
A very good soccer player, Ben Mackay. Very gutsy. I knew he'd come home late and finish like that. And if you ran it again, and with maybe another season and maybe a little bit less soccer and a little bit more track and field, we've got to start pinching these guys for football.
Absolutely, they'll come back. And just turning our attention now to the final of the women's under 17s. Russell, White, Badrock out of 4, Fagan, Daly, Tiver, Constantine, Spicer, and the favourites for this one will be Fagan and Daly. And thank you very much, Mike Hurst. I tell you what, Mike, can we have you back later on tonight? Okay, he's unfortunately off air. He'll come back later on for the 400 metres later tonight.
And number 4 from Victoria, Abby Badrock. And number 5 from Queensland, Emma Fagan. And number 6 from New South Wales, Erin Daly. And number 7 from Queensland, Sophie Timmer. And number 8 from New South Wales, Tessa Constantine. And lane number 9, rounding up the field for Western Australia, is Danielle Spicer. These are the competitors for the under-17 women's 400 metre hurdles final. And the Wellington start.
We're away in this 400-metre hurdles final. And the athletes are away negotiating that first hurdle and heading down the back straight. Constantine looks good. The tall New South Wales athlete on her inside. Tiva's running well. And Badrick is also running well from Victoria. Down the back straight. Looks like Tiva on the outside has got a good lead as they negotiate the 5th hurdle. And the Victorian, Abby Badrock, is looking good. Just under 200 metres to go. The athletes are heading around that bend. This is where it starts to get tough. The Victorian, Abby Badrock, is looking good, but it does get tough from here. Badrock clears with 2 hurdles to go. She hits the home straight in the lead. Abby Badrock, though, has got a very good lead, and they're starting to come on the outside, but it might be too late. Danielle Spicer from Western Australia really starting to wind up, as is Tiva, but Abby Badrock's going to hold on 64-48 unofficially in the women's 400-metre hurdles final. Under 17s.
Well, there you go, folks. 400-metre hurdles. That's what it's all about. And so, as we'll bring it up on the scoreboard now, the results in the women's under 17 400-metre hurdles. Your national champion is Abby Badrock from Victoria. In second position, well, thanks very much for that, folks. Second position, we believe it was Sophie Tiva and Tess Constantine from New South Wales in lane 8.
By Lynch Foreman, AA Life Centre, National Junior Coach. New South Wales, the time is 55.38 seconds. Sam Richardson. Winner of the silver medal, representing.
So just a few minutes before we end what's been a great morning session on the live stream, and there is still action underway here. Got the shot putters and the hammer throwers out there.
Winner of the gold medal, an Australian champion representing New South Wales with a performance of 54.51 seconds, Alexander Thompson. These are your Australian championship medals.
Got another 400-metre hurdles event to show on the track.
Event number 228, under 18 women's 400-metre hurdle finals. Well, due qualifier for the ladies in this race is 60.6 seconds. The meet record is set at 59.03 by Jonathan Bennett in 1999.
So you can see the start lineup now for the women's 400-metre hurdles under 18 final. In lane 1, it is Inch and Coley. Mate, what a great name that is, from New South Wales. Bass, Hopkins, Purcell, Soundstrom, Murphy, Knight, and Nagy Cox. And the favourites for this women's under 18 will be Hopkins, Purcell and Bass.
So thanks, Mossy. The start list for the women's 400-metre hurls under 18. Some impressive meet and national records. Jana Pittman, 56.23. That is moving, and she went on to become one of our all-time greats compared to the Summer Olympics and also the Winter Olympics. Pretty rare feat for an athlete. And these girls in their blocks for this final. They're away, and Queensland's on the outside, some New South Wales athletes, and they clear that hurdle. Hopkins from the ACT looking good on her inside. It's Bass. Purcell, the Victorian, starting to stride out down the back straight. Looks like Hopkins from the ACT really having a good run, and she's about to negotiate the fifth hurdle on the outside. Murphy Knight from Queensland also having a good run. So less than metres to go, and the ACT from the nation's capital, Cassandra Hopkins, running a great race. Hopkins, Knight on the outside. Sorry, Murphy Knight on the outside running well as they have two hurdles to go. It's from the ACT, Cassandra Hopkins. They'd love a gold medal here. Can she hold on? One hurdle to go. Hopkins is in the lead. Murphy Knight, the Queenslander, she's in hot pursuit. Hopkins from the ACT, she's going to get there. She's held on, and Cassandra Hopkins from the ACT is your national champion. 62.05 unofficially. Great run from the Canberran.
And I'll tell you what, Hopkins Knight just absolutely crashed out there. There she is, doing a bit of sunbaking. And I tell you what, she had a great final 100. She gave it everything, but far too goods. In fact, that's Murphy Knight. And guys, I tell you what, it has been fantastic in
what a morning, Mossy.
What we call session 1 of session 5. So there we go.
Kimpton
Moss. Ladies and gentlemen, from Victoria with a 54.02, just pipping Benjamin Mackay from the two Blues.
Now,
and Matt Harcourt got himself on the podium, Victoria, New South Wales, Victoria, with a 54.80.
Don't like to blow myself up too much, but went to the same school. Kimpton Moss won the Wurm Frayne Cup at our school, so I had a little trophy. Henry Frayne obviously went on to the Olympics. I didn't do so, obviously, but they had a trophy named after Henry and I, and Harry Kimpton Moss won that award.
Why did they have Henry Frayne named with you? Like, what's the...
Well, we both went to the same school. We were both good athletes. He was obviously better than me, and I was more so for I was a good junior athlete, good commitment.
You're a great junior athlete.
Great junior athlete, but and Henry as well was a really good, obviously, senior athlete and kicked on. So just an award after two blokes, and that's the end of our live stream for the morning, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed it at home. We'll be back at 1:30 for more action. And, of course, don't forget to tune in tonight for the Sydney Track Classic.
And also a massive thank you to Matt Denny, who he can put his feet up now, go and grab himself a nice feed, because he has done everything, taken out 3 gold medals. Matt Denny, thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
And just here you can see Mike Hurst to the right of screen. We spoke to him earlier. He's about to receive his life membership to Athletics Australia from the chairman of the board, David Grace. And he also holds down the position of president of the board. I do apologise to the whole of the Grace family out there and the broader athletics community, but this is nothing short of sensational. Mike Hurst, a legendary coach who's getting a just reward as a life member of Athletics Australia. Okay, folks, we'll catch you a little bit later as things heat up here at the Australian Junior Athletics Championships 2015 version. And don't forget, Sydney Track Classic tonight, live and exclusive on athletics.com.au from Sydney Olympic Park.
I love competing in juniors. I just love it. It just reminds me of when I was a little kid and just came out here for the pure love of it.